Chapter 2090. Damn it! The Rock Lord glared at Xiaoping. It felt extremely humiliated. Its body and chest were penetrated by a demon that had not even reached the immortal realm. This was a great humiliation. It even felt a trace of fear in its heart. If it did not possess an immortal body, it would have been stabbed to death by that spear. Whoosh! A huge amount of energy gathered from its body. Its broken chest rapidly recovered. It was as if the particles in the void had also condensed into rocks and filled in the gaps in its body. Hell's sacred art. Inferno mountain crushing axe. In an instant, the Rock Lord was enraged again. It wielded the black axe and slashed at Xiaoping. This time, it was using all its strength and igniting its blood vitality. Immediately, the axe communicated with the origin energy of the Inferno Hell and absorbed an endless amount of flame power. The axe was as heavy as a mountain and as fast as lightning. It only left a shocking cold flash in the air. It was extremely violent. Countless hellish marks appeared on the surface of the axe, twisting like earthworms. It was as if the axe was engraved with hellish scriptures that contained endless energy. Even an immortal-ranked demon would not dare to take this axe head-on. Inferno Demon Suppressing Spear, third style creation. Not even bothering to look, Xiaoping swung the hell spear, causing numerous scars to appear in the air. In the blink of an eye, numerous volcanoes, rivers of flame, and rifts appeared in midair. These marks outlined the terrain of the Inferno Hell. It was as if an Inferno Hell had descended from the void. The spear had also created a boundless and majestic Inferno Hell. The other immortal-ranked demons could see that this Inferno Hell that existed between the void and the real seemed to be filled with densely packed hell runes. It possessed a terrifying sealing power. Dong! At this moment, the axe struck the surface of the Inferno Hell, producing a clanging sound and sparks. The Rock Lord tried to split the hell in half, but the hell remained undamaged. This was as laughable as an ant trying to shake a tree. Impossible. Rock Overlord's mental state crumbled. The hellish divine ability it used at full power was enough to destroy a city or a country. It was invincible. Even other immortal-ranked demons did not dare to face it head-on. It was the undisputed strongest expert in flaming hell. However, this damned burning devil before it could easily block its full-powered slash. It couldn't believe the ridiculous scene before its eyes. Rumble, but before it could react, the hell spear's infernal hell slammed into the Rock Overlord. Instantly, countless hell scriptures wrapped around the Rock Overlord like chains of order, wrapping it up like a dumpling. It couldn't move. Damn thing, what's going on? Why can't I break free? Damned burning devil, what did you do to me? The Rock Overlord's fine hair stood on end, going crazy. It tried to do everything it could to struggle free, but no matter how hard it tried, it couldn't break free. It could only fall to the ground, crazily screaming, panicking. Moreover, the more it struggled, the tighter the hell scriptures on its body became. It felt as if every hell scripture was engraved into its flesh, causing its primordial spirit great pain. Obediently accept your death. You can't escape. Xiaoping raised his brows. He felt that this absolute art was pretty good. It could even temporarily seal an immortal-ranked demon. This was simply an unparalleled technique against immortals. Even if it couldn't kill the other party temporarily, it could still seal the other party. Stop. Release Rock Overlord immediately. Burning Devil, how dare you? To think that you would dare to offend your superiors. Attack, kill it. This guy is too strong. It has endless potential. If we don't kill it now, it will become a huge problem in the future. Right at this moment, the other 8 immortal lords could no longer hold themselves back. It had yet to reach the immortal realm, yet it was already able to beat the Rock Overlord into such a sorry state. If it really managed to break through, all of them would die. Although they had a grudge against Rock Overlord, they had no choice but to work together against a powerful enemy like the Burning Devil. Otherwise, a disaster would befall them. Meteor fall, sun and moon lose light. In the blink of an eye, 2 undying realm demons rushed over. They attacked with their palms, displaying supreme killing techniques. The void changed, and the universe was reversed. The entire sky seemed to darken. Blazing meteors fell from the sky one after another. It was as if the stars were shining brightly, forming a boundless starfield. Every meteor contained boundless killing intent. This strike had the aura to crush the ages and push the 9 continents. Wind calamity, fire calamity, lightning calamity. Another 3 undying demons attacked from another angle. They summoned natural disasters, as if they were disasters themselves, containing boundless calamity energy. Walala, in an instant, the clouds in the sky changed. Violent winds howled, creating a black storm that destroyed everything in its path. Every wind blade could tear apart mountains and penetrate the earth. Volcanoes rose from the ground one after another, spewing flames. Thousands of volcanoes exploded at the same time, creating a surging flood of flames that seemed to be able to drown everything. Black clouds gathered and black lightning rumbled. It seemed like the lightning tribulation had become stronger. It activated the origin of the lightning hell, forming thousands of black lightning bolts that bombarded down. Every bolt of lightning was like a demon of the lightning element, wielding a spear as they bombarded Xiaping. Whirling prayer beads. Xiaping didn't move. He immediately threw out a low-grade saint artifact and activated the whirling prayer beads power. Immediately, a Buddha kingdom descended in the hell world. There seemed to be countless Buddhas chanting in the depths of the Buddha kingdom. With his body as the center, a huge Buddha kingdom was formed. The crystal world shone with golden light. The surroundings were condensed and densely packed Buddhist scriptures were engraved. At the same time, the Buddha kingdom shone with boundless golden light. It seemed to tear apart the darkness of hell and purify all darkness. The surrounding black mist let out sizzling sounds. Dong dong dong. At this instant, the 5 immortal rank demons charged over. Their respective hell mystic abilities ruthlessly bombarded the Buddha country. However, they were easily blocked, unable to shake the Buddha country in the slightest. What kind of joke is this? This is a magic treasure of the human race. How do you have it? And how do you control this power? The 6 immortal rank demons couldn't believe it, because the power of humans and demons was completely different. Even if they obtained a magic treasure of the human race, they might not be able to use it. However, this burning demon in front of them could actually use a saint artifact of the human race. It was unbelievable. Chapter 2091. It's none of your business. You're all demons that are about to die. Why do you care? Xiaping sneered. He didn't plan on explaining anything to them. As expected, this burning demon has a huge secret. That's right. Such a powerful demon can't be unknown in flaming hell. I think this burning demon might have come to our flaming hell from another plane. Such a powerful demon can't just appear out of nowhere. That's possible. That would explain everything. Maybe it's a demon from a higher plane of hell with a strong inheritance. It might even have received the inheritance of an hell prison guard. Whether it's true or not, we'll know once we capture it or kill it and plunder its treasures. Killing intent flashed in the eyes of many immortal rank demons. Previously, they only wanted to kill because of Xiaping's threat. Now it was different. They were driven by benefits. In that case, there was even more reason why they couldn't let this mysterious burning demon escape. Thinking to this point, they activated the demonic energy in their bodies and attacked from all directions. They turned into rays of black light that were filled with destructive power, like the light of hell. Xiaping did not back down. He wielded hell spear and whirling prayer beads to fight back. Bang bang bang. That's possible. A series of explosions resounded in the sky. An immortal rank lord of flaming hell. Terrifying destructive power was generated. Was triggered the battlefield spread over hundreds of millions of kilometers. With 9 undying overlords working together, many ordinary and fiendish demons who had come to watch the show also saw this burning devil is. Oh my God! It can't overturn the heavens. There's actually an immortal lord's aura discussed among themselves. Many demons were trembling in fear. They were all stunned by this unparalleled aura coming from afar. This was definitely a battle that would leave its name in the fiery hell for all eternity. They were unable to resist. There were also quite a number of fiendish demons that fled in fear. After all, are you kidding me? In a battle between the 9 immortal rank lords of our flaming hell have all strand of aura that they're fighting against a burning demon. There was a multi-eyed demon with sharp eyes that immediately saw the battle on this battlefield and left one after another. It would have been better if it hadn't seen it. Now that it saw it, the battle reached its climax. That its soul almost flew out of its body. The 5 immortal-level fiendish demons trembled uncontrollably. In Xiaoping's defense, the appearance of an immortal flashed in their eyes was terrifying as they simultaneously used their supreme shake flaming hell. Netherworld 9 immortal-ranked demons had appeared. In an instant, moreover, the 5 great immortal-level demons joined hands were even working together to attack a burning devil, causing the void to tremble. Battle. It was as if an underworld king was summoned. Burning demon walking out from the depths of the void. It can attract 9 immortal rank lords to attack it. Stretched out a black palm that was covered with countless hellish origin of that burning demon. It descended from the sky. I don't recognize it at all. I've never seen such a powerful burning demon in flaming hell. Beads, maybe it's not of our flaming hell. Xiaoping was but from another hell world. He circulated the power of the whirling prayer beads, instantly triggering countless golden lights. These golden lights of Buddha transformed into a golden sea, as if it was a sea of faith, encompassing the entire universe. Dong! The underworld king's palm descended and pressed on the golden sea. Immediately, shocking waves surged and all the underworld king's power was devoured cleanly. The 2 powers were also instantly neutralized. Haha, foolish burning demon, I finally found a chance. Die! At this moment, a cold voice rang out from the void, appearing behind Xiaoping. The one who had spoken was none other than the swamp overlord. It had been hiding in the void for a long time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to kill Xiaoping. Rumble, the swamp overlord turned into a patch of black soil, like a real swamp. Waves surged and contained boundless hellish power. It struck down from above, trapping Xiaoping's entire body. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. He immediately discovered that his hands and feet were covered in soil. His body seemed to have fallen into a swamp, and terrifying restraining power appeared all around him. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't escape from the swamp. It's useless. Even if you become an immortal overlord, you can't escape from my hellish divine ability, Swamp Earth. You've already been trapped by me and will die without a grave. The swamp overlord's proud voice came from the depths of the swamp. It had turned into a swamp earth, and its primordial spirit wandered everywhere. No one knew where its true body was. It could be said that it was truly a terrifying demon with an undying body. It could be killed more than any other demon. As long as a drop of soil wasn't completely destroyed, the swamp overlord could continuously revive. Burning demon, you still want to struggle? Obediently faint for me. Before Xiaoping could act, a black illusory figure appeared in another part of the void. It had no form. It was an underworld ghost overlord. It emitted a cold and gloomy aura, as if freezing the void. Bang! In the next second, a violent mental wave surged out from its body, and fiercely slammed into Xiaoping's consciousness sea, trying to make Xiaoping dizzy. I've succeeded. Die. Seeing this, the sea shark overlord transformed into a shark and pierced through the void. It instantly arrived beside Xiaoping, opened its fangs and bit down. Chapter 2092. Haha, it's dead. The burning devil is finally dead. I knew that no matter how strong the burning devil was, it wouldn't be a match for us undying lords. It's just a normal demon before reaching undying. Losing its head means it can't be more dead. Looks like this kid is still so arrogant. Let's see if he can still be so arrogant. Seeing Xiaoping's head get bitten off by the sea shark lord, leaving only half his body, the undying lords were excited. It was as if they had won a war. They knew that no matter how strong the burning devil was, without a head, it was dead for sure. After all, only by reaching the undying realm could one obtain an undying body. The Nether Ghost Lord, Swamp Lord, and Sea Shark Lord were all very pleased. Fortunately, they were strong enough to find the burning devil's weakness. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to kill it so easily. Now that the burning devil was dead, they had gotten rid of a major enemy. They immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Wait, these blood what's going on? Why did they suddenly start burning? At this moment, the Swamp Lord's terrified voice rang out. What? The other undying lords immediately looked over, and saw that the Swamp Lord had transformed into a swamp made of black soil. However, the black soil seemed to have been contaminated by the burning devil blood that had just died. And these blood seemed to have a life of their own. They actually turned into lava and started burning. Deep within the flames, There seemed to be a divine bird that flapped its wings and cried out. The dark gold lava immediately started burning, igniting the Swamp Lord's body. If it was a normal flame, it wouldn't be able to burn the Swamp Lord's body. However, this was the infernal golden crow flame, which could use hell energy as fuel. Once it invaded the Swamp Lord's body, it wouldn't be extinguished until the enemy's energy was exhausted. Bastard, these flames, what's going on? Why can't they be extinguished? Why can they harm me? Scram! Scram immediately. The Swamp Lord couldn't help but scream in fear. It discovered that these flames were actually a serious threat to its swamp body. Its undying body seemed to have no way to deal with these flames. Even if its immortal body had the ability to continuously regenerate, the same was true for these flames. They absorbed the life force in its body as fuel, growing and multiplying without end, never extinguishing. It seemed that as long as he did not die, it would continue to burn until his soul disappeared. At this moment it felt the fear of death. Its entire body was trembling. If it couldn't extinguish the flames on its body, it would be burned to death by the flames sooner or later. When the other Undying Lords saw this, their first thought wasn't to save the Swamp Lord. Instead, they subconsciously took a few steps back, afraid that the flames would spread to them and cause them to suffer the same fate as the Swamp Lord. Damn it, the burning devil isn't dead yet. Suddenly, the Nether Ghost Lord shouted, its eyes fixed on the tank's half-body. While they were talking, the burning demon, who had been thought to be long dead, underwent an earth-shattering change. The blood on his body actually grew again. Originally, every drop of blood, every cell, every strand of hair contained mysterious talismans deep inside. And these talismans, they were inextricably linked to each other. They devoured the energy in the depths of the void, forming a network that rapidly converged and condensed into a head. The void trembled. Xiaoping, whose tank had been half destroyed, revived once more. All of his blood and flesh were regenerating, rapidly returning to its original state. A powerful force erupted from every inch of his tank. Dong! Xiaoping stepped out, causing everything within a radius of billions of kilometers to tremble, crushing the 9 heavens and 10 earths. It was as though the entire fiery hell was trembling under his feet. After returning to his original state, he was even more powerful and terrifying than before. Every inch of his skin and flesh flickered with a dark golden luster, as if this was the Arhat golden body, or an undying body. Undying body? This guy actually has an undying body. Impossible. What's going on? He clearly didn't condense an undying true soul, nor did he communicate with the essence of hell. How could he cultivate an undying body? But the truth is right before our eyes. This is the power of an undying body. Even if the body is destroyed, it can rapidly regenerate. This is the power of an undying body. Could it be that he took the opportunity to advance to the sempiternal realm? The Undying Lords couldn't believe it. They saw Xiaoping revive once more, with half of his tank restored to its original state. They thought they were dreaming. This was simply too ridiculous. Swamp Lord, do you think you can kill me with these little tricks? What a fool's dream. Today, I'll let you know what it means to have boundless magic power and remarkable abilities. I'll show you what true power is. Xiaoping was reborn once more. He used the blood rebirth mystique, and felt that he had gained a deeper understanding of the power of his tank's bloodline. It was as if both his body and soul had been elevated. Hell-suppressing demon spear fourth form, destruction. Boom! He struck out with his spear. At this moment, it was as if the infernal god had possessed his tank. The infernal golden crow's energy surged out, completely activating the hell spear's internal energy. A black beam of light shot out, tearing apart heaven and earth and destroying the void. It contained boundless deathly aura, and the infernal god's authority, enough to kill everything. Stop. Stop right now. The Swamp Lord was scared half to death and panicked. It could clearly feel a fatal killing intent from this black beam of light. Even its true soul felt threatened. It was originally a sneak attack by an immortal rank overlord, so this matter should have been easy to deal with. Killing this burning devil would be an easy task. It wouldn't be a problem at all. However, it never expected that this brat actually had an undying body. Even after half of his tank was destroyed, he could still rapidly revive and return to his peak state. This completely caused it to break down. Because a burning devil with such a low bloodline, a trash-like demon beast, was merely a lucky upstart who obtained a fortuitous encounter. Yet its strength was so terrifying. How could it not feel terrified? Dong! This black beam of light flashed past, and the Swamp Lord's entire tank was torn apart, turning into a pile of debris. At the same time, the terrifying power of hell invaded the Swamp Lord's tank, instantly tearing apart its true soul and shattering it. All of its soul power was completely obliterated. The swamp body that was originally planning to return to its original state also collapsed, turning into a pile of mud that fell to the ground. Chapter 2093. As expected of an immortal rank overlord, it indeed possesses an enormous amount of soul energy. Xiaoping's eyes glowed. After killing the swamp overlord, he immediately used devouring power to quickly refine the soul energy released by the swamp overlord. Immediately, it produced an enormous amount of soul energy. It was equivalent to the souls of several million peak stage lightning calamity demons. Meanwhile, he sent all these soul crystals to the reincarnation brush. The reincarnation brush also greedily devoured the soul energy, as if it had obtained a great supplement. Xiaoping also clearly sensed that he was getting closer and closer to unsealing the reincarnation brush's first seal. As long as he could kill 2 more immortal rank overlords and devour their soul energy, he would be able to unseal the first seal. Vaguely, he sensed that the first bronze door deep within the reincarnation brush seemed to be showing signs of shattering. No way it's dead? The swamp overlord was killed? Seeing this scene, Sea Shark Overlord and the other immortal fiendish beasts were shocked. They couldn't believe that the famous swamp overlord was killed just like that. When they advanced to immortal rank, they thought that they were already undying existences. Even time could not erase their souls. They did not know how long they had lived in flaming hell, how long they had dominated for. They also thought that they would continue to dominate and grow stronger. Honestly speaking, they did not even know what the fear of death felt like. But now, seeing the undying swamp overlord die in front of them, and let out a blood-curdling screech before its death, they immediately broke out in cold sweat, and felt like their guts were going to explode. They also recalled the cruel reality. It turned out that they were not immortal existences. As long as they had enough power, they would also die. Such a bloody reality was cruelly displayed in front of them. Monster, he's a monster. We can't keep fighting, we will die. We will all be killed by him. This guy definitely inherited the power of the underworld prison guards, and grasped the authority of the underworld god. The first to run was the Nether Ghost Lord. It was frightened by Xiaoping's murderous aura. It was the most sensitive lord to death, and it could clearly feel that the dark gold spear contained enough power to kill its soul. The swamp overlord, who should have had an immortal body, was killed by the power of this spear. If it had stayed where it was, it would have died without a doubt. Whoosh! Without saying another word, it immediately transformed into its nether ghost form. It was formless and shadowless as it entered the void, fleeing from this place with extreme speed. It was as fast as it could go. But how could Xiaoping allow the nether ghost lord to escape? He took out another hell treasure, the morning boss. He circulated his mana, and lightly tapped the void of space. First form of the 5 forms of soul-suppressing technique, dizziness. Dong! Suddenly, an invisible sound wave spread out like a tidal wave. It surged out, layer upon layer, destroying everything as it slammed into the nether ghost overlord's body. Before the nether ghost lord could run more than a few kilometers, its entire body was struck by this attack. The nether ghost lord's body immediately solidified and fell out of the void. At the same time, it let out a shrill cry. Its head was full of bumps, and it felt a bit dizzy. It couldn't use any of its divine abilities at this moment, and it stopped in midair. Swish! Xiaoping gripped the hell spear, and his body flashed as he stabbed towards the nether ghost lord. This spear contained a terrifying destructive power that shook the heavens and earth. The tip of the spear gave off a spiraling current that could pierce through everything. No, don't kill me, spare my life. At that moment, the nether ghost lord finally regained consciousness, but it was already too late. It immediately screamed with all its might, hoping that the burning demon in front of it would spare its life. At the same time, it tried to flee, but it was useless. Dong! This spear instantly pierced through the nether ghost's body, and a terrifying destructive power erupted, destroying everything in its path. The nether ghost's massive body was immediately shattered into pieces. Its true spirit had also been shattered by the spear, and it could not be more dead. Whoosh! After the nether ghost lord died, it gave off waves of gray soul matter. The reincarnation brush trembled, greedily devouring this enormous soul energy. It continuously trembled, and countless hell's characters seemed to appear, brewing an even more powerful aura. Deep inside, the first bronze gate was also trembling, as though it was about to fall. All the seals and chains were clanking, as though they were about to be destroyed by this power. As long as I kill one more undying lord, the reincarnation brush can undo the first seal. Xiaoping's eyes lit up with excitement. He didn't expect that he would achieve his goal of entering the hell world so soon. As long as the first seal of the reincarnation brush was removed, his combat strength would be greatly improved. This scene was clearly seen by the other undying lords, and they were so scared they peed their pants. Impossible, the nether ghost lord was killed too. Who doesn't know that the nether ghost lord has a formless nether ghost body? If he wants to flee, no demon can catch him. But now he was stabbed to death. Some undying demons were dumbfounded, not daring to believe it. What is this? Didn't the swamp lord get stabbed to death too? This monster kills undying lords like it's nothing. Even if this burning demon hasn't become undying, he's not far from it. One of the undying demons had an ugly expression on his face. I know how he killed the swamp lord and nether ghost lord. Sea shark lord couldn't help but scream. Look at the weapons in his hands. Those are the Hell Prison Guard's treasures, Hell Spear and Morning Bee. Damn, how did such treasures end up in this guy's hands? There's no justice in this world. Impossible. Hell Spear, Morning Bee? Wasn't this a legendary weapon that had long been lost in the long river of history? Why did they appear again? It doesn't make sense. Where did he get them from? Rock Lord and the other demons were all stunned. Hearing Sea Shark Lord's reminder, they finally understood and immediately recognized the origins of the two powerful weapons in Xiaoping's hands. If it was the weapon of the legendary Hell Jailer, then killing an immortal rank overlord was not something out of the realm of fantasy. Or rather, it was a matter of course. We're not his match at all. With the Hell weapons, we can't even fight this battle. This encirclement has failed, let's run. An immortal rank demon shouted, and immediately ran away. Chapter 2094. So. The remaining 6 undying lords all quickly fled, flying in all directions. They seemed to be using all of their strength, running for their lives, using unprecedented speed. Delta /. This group of disloyal bastards. Rock Lord was furious. It was tied up like a dumpling, unable to move. Even if it wanted to flee, it couldn't do anything. It could only watch helplessly as the other demons fled. Want to run? Is it that simple? Xia Ping wielded the morning boss, channeling his mana, and attacking the 6 undying lords. Soul suppressing 5 techniques, second form. Slow. Walala in an instant. The morning boss's body emitted tens of thousands of gray light rays. They seemed to contain the mysterious power of hell, mysterious and fast. In an instant, the 6 undying lords were surrounded by the gray light rays. What's going on? My body, my movements have become slow, I can't move. What's going on? The 6 undying lords were stunned. They felt that after their body was hit by the light rays, their entire body seemed to be locked down. Their movements were incomparably slow like dying demons. They probably couldn't even take a single step in a second. They even felt their thinking speed slowing down, needing a long time to think of a single sentence. Immediately they panicked. One had to know that in a battle between immortals, even if there was a difference of 0.01 seconds, a single moment of mistake could result in death. Not to mention a single second of delay. It was basically a fatal danger. The slow ability is a consummate skill. Xia Ping was very satisfied. When the slow light appeared, normal enemies couldn't escape the morning boss's pursuit. They could only watch helplessly as they were killed. As expected of the Hell's Prison Guard's weapon, it was a powerful treasure created purely for the purpose of capturing Hell's criminals. As long as it was used properly, it would be a godly skill. Break! 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 Break now! Sea Shark Lord roared. It was extremely terrified, burning its soul power, completely activating the power within its body, increasing its strength by several times in a short period of time. With a dong, it actually broke free of the slow ability and fled into the distance. Huh? Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. It seemed that he had not used the morning boss's ability well enough. It was not strong enough, and the range was too far, which led to the weakening of the deceleration ability. That was why the Sea Shark Overlord broke free and obtained a chance to escape. When the other Undying Lords saw this, they followed suit, igniting their blood and souls, going all out, instantly shaking off the slowing ability. Even if this move would damage their source, if they didn't use it now, they wouldn't have the chance to use it in the future. It was better to live than to die. Looks like one of them is going to get away. Xia Ping narrowed his eyes. 6 immortal rank overlords were fleeing at the same time. No matter how powerful he was, he could only capture 3 of them. He would not be able to capture the remaining 3. After all, he was too busy. It was hard for him to chase after an undying lord. Brother, let me help you. At this moment, Gaia's voice was heard. She seemed to have woken up at some point and noticed Xia Ping's dilemma. Hence, she immediately came out of the Mountain River Pearl space and faced the 6 immortal ranked demons. Rumble in an instant, Gaia stood in the void and lightly clapped her hands. With a boom, a world projection descended, seemingly colliding with the entire flaming hell, enveloping a radius of a few dozen light years. This was Gaia's projection. This G power was like a domain, suppressing the universe, condensing the sun and moon, tilting the sky and earth. The power it contained was like a collision between worlds, shocking the entire universe. Moreover, with such a wide range, no matter how fast these immortal ranked demons were, they could not escape. It seems to have gotten stronger. Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. He could clearly sense that this G power was learned by Gaia when she was in hibernation. This power was many times stronger than when she just reached immortal rank. Clearly, Little Dumbo had completely grasped the immortal rank's power and could unleash terrifying destructive power. Damn, this is too much. Why did another immortal rank demon appear? Could it be the burning demon's helper? This G power is too strong, too much. Even a peak immortal rank demon is only SOSO. Such a powerful demon actually did not attack just now and has been hiding until now. Shameless to the extreme. He did not attack just now and actually attacked now. He was clearly planning to ambush us. That bastard must have planned this. I can tell. That bastard purposely used himself as bait to lure us into attacking. I guess I'm also a cunning demon. I didn't expect to be tricked by this burning demon. I've been hunting geese all day, but I still got pecked in the eye by the burning demon. I don't fuck. Sea Shark Lord and the other demons shrieked. They could sense how terrifying this Gaia projection was. It simply surpassed everything and reached the domain level. They could not escape. It was as if the world was crashing into them. Rumbled in just one strike, the 6 immortal rank demons were hit by the Gaia projection. They were wrapped up like rice dumplings, and all their power was completely sealed. Whoosh! In the next second, Gaia waved her hand, and the 6 immortal rank demons disappeared. Where's that demon lord? Xia Ping asked curiously. Big brother, I've already imprisoned them in Gaia cage, and suppressed them temporarily. Gaia indicated that she could not kill the immortal rank demons for the time being. If she improved further and comprehended a stronger power of law, then killing immortal rank demons would not be a problem. However, she was still a distance away from that now. In fact, if Xia Ping did not borrow the power of powerful artifacts like Hell's Spear and Reincarnation Brush, he would not be able to kill the immortal rank existences. Imprisoned in Gaia space? Aren't you afraid that they will cause trouble? Xia Ping asked. He was a little worried that these immortal rank demons would wreak havoc in Gaia space and harm Gaia's source. Don't worry. As long as these immortal rank demons do not have power 10 times stronger than me, they will not be able to escape from Gaia cage. Gaia cage was a rather terrifying power. It was a spatial talent deep within her source. Once the enemy was imprisoned inside, they would not be able to escape. 10 times stronger. Hearing this, Xia Ping was relieved. Even if these immortal rank demons could overturn the heavens, they could not be stronger than Gaia, let alone 10 times stronger. Chapter 2095. Where's Sea Shark Overlord? Where did the other immortal overlords go? Damned burning devil, what did you do? Ak Overlord, who was wrapped like a rice dumpling, also noticed this scene. It was completely dumbfounded. It had no idea what had just happened. It only felt that Sea Shark Overlord and the other immortal overlords disappeared from this world in an instant, as if they had been erased from this world. Such a strange occurrence made it terrified. It could not understand what had just happened. Then you don't need to care. Xia Ping thrust his spear towards Rock Overlord's head. No, stop, you damned burning devil, stop immediately. I still have treasures in the castle, unparalleled treasures. Spare me. I can give all of them to you. I can give them all to you. Rock Overlord shouted in fear. It tried to take out all of its treasures in exchange for its life. Dong! In the next second, its voice stopped abruptly. Its rock head was immediately pierced by the Hell Spear. Terrifying hell power exploded in the depths of its soul, instantly blasting its soul into pieces. Rock Overlord dead. Walala, when Rock Overlord died, the reincarnation brush trembled. It furiously devoured the boundless soul energy obtained from Rock Overlord's body and took it for itself. The soul energy turned into gray mist and rapidly surged into the depths of the reincarnation brush, quickly filling up the entire space. Walala, Xia Ping's consciousness seeped into the reincarnation brush. After obtaining the souls of the 3 immortal overlords, the reincarnation brush's internal space was filled with soul energy, turning into a boundless ocean. Dong dong dong. The soul ocean continuously slammed against the first layer of seal and the first bronze gate. Loud banging sounds could be heard every time it collided with the gate. After an unknown amount of time, after such an intense beating, a crack finally appeared on the bronze gate. With a cracking sound, a spider-like crack appeared on the gate. Even the chains that sealed the bronze gate had suffered a heavy blow and were breaking apart. Boom! In the end, the bronze gate could no longer endure and collapsed. Even the chains were completely shattered. An unfathomable power surged out from the depths of the bronze gate. It's gone. Xia Ping's eyes lit up. He immediately knew that the reincarnation brush had lifted the first layer of the seal. A majestic and profound energy gushed out from the depths of the reincarnation brush and poured into the depths of his mind. At this moment, His soul and the spirit of the reincarnation brush weaved together, as if they were fusing together. Countless hellish runes emerged and formed a supreme scripture. He also knew the ability that the reincarnation pen had obtained after breaking the first seal. Soul Hook. This ability was no longer a temporary X, but a permanent X. The tip of the reincarnation pen flickered with a cold, indestructible black light. It seemed that every strand of black hair was a peerless sword that could tear the void apart. Crash! Xiaoping held the reincarnation brush in his hand and gently swiped at the void. Immediately, a huge void crack that spanned dozens of kilometers appeared in front of him, penetrating the space barrier of this world. The so-called space barrier was as fragile as tofu in front of the reincarnation brush. It couldn't even withstand a single blow. So powerful. Xiaoping was extremely excited. After breaking the first layer of the seal, the reincarnation brush didn't just obtain a simple ability. It had simply improved in all aspects and turned into a peerless killing weapon. In terms of attack power alone, it was more than 10 times stronger than before it was unsealed. Needless to say, its destructive power was simply unheard of. He had sacrificed so much to kill 3 immortal-ranked demons and break the seal on the reincarnation brush. It was still worth it. The lightning tribulation has ended. At this moment, Xiaoping raised his head. Unknowingly, the tribulation clouds in the sky had gradually dispersed. The descending 9 underworld flaming lightning had also disappeared. He blinked his eyes. He didn't even know when the lightning tribulation ended. This lightning tribulation was too weak. If the lightning tribulation had its own consciousness and knew what Xiaoping was thinking, it would definitely curse loudly. Who would know that such a terrifying monster existed in this world? Normally, a terrifying lightning tribulation like the 9 underworld flaming lightning would even cause an immortal-ranked demon to lose 3 layers of their skin. If they were hit by it, they would suffer a fate worse than death. Needless to say, other demons would definitely die. However, this bastard was like a dominator of flames. He had a natural resistance to flames. Any flame power that landed on this kid was useless. All the 9 underworld flaming lightning that landed on Xiaoping's body was rapidly devoured by him and transformed into a huge amount of energy, causing the hell golden crow cells in his tea to awaken rapidly. Hence, the tribulation clouds dissipated reluctantly. After all, it knew that it couldn't do anything to Xiaoping. Moreover, it had used up all the tribulation power after striking 108 layers of lightning tribulation. It couldn't condense any more in a short period of time. It seems like a lot of the hell golden crow cells in my tea have awakened. After this lightning tribulation ended, Xiaoping raised his eyebrows. He suddenly discovered that another 500 million hell golden crow cells had awakened in his tea. Currently, he had awakened a total of 1.5 billion hell golden crow cells. The 1.5 billion particles in the depths of his tea were breathing and trembling, devouring and nibbling away, causing a phenomenon in the world. An unprecedented tyrannical power gushed out from Xiaoping's tea. It was as if the power of 1.5 billion small hell golden crows was surging, chirping, soaring, and swallowing the world's qi. It seemed as if he could create a storm that could engulf the entire planet with just one breath. One look from him could create thousands of volcanoes and turn a small world into an endless sea of fire. Every move from him could break through the void, shake the universe and shake the world. Rumble, this tyrannical aura spread out from Xiaoping's tea. With his tea as the center, it was like a tidal wave, sweeping in all directions in waves. The area within a radius of tens of billions of kilometers was enveloped by such an aura. Rumbling sounds rang out, and every inch of land, every mountain, and even every inch of space was trembling. The ground trembled and countless cracks appeared. Some tall mountains directly collapsed and turned into dust. Whoosh, crazy winds howled, engulfing the world, creating thousands of hurricanes that continuously spun. All of the demons and ghosts within this range shivered in fear, feeling the aura of doomsday. It was as if an unsurpassed god of the underworld had descended. This was simply the noblest, purest power of hell, surpassing everything. Even the power of the 9 great, undying overlords couldn't compare at all. In terms of intrinsic quality, They were who knew how many times stronger. Chapter 2096. In the distance, countless demons also saw this scene. Especially when they saw the 9 immortal rank lords fall. They were all scared half to death, shivering and panicking. 1 second to remember. It's a wonderful, free reading without pop-up window. Oh my god, this burning demon is too terrifying. How could this happen? Rock Overlord, Swamp Overlord, Ocean Shark Overlord. They're all dead, killed by this burning demon. It's so strong it makes people's hair stand up. This has never happened in Flaming Hell. Now that the 9 immortal rank lords are dead, what should we do? Many demons glanced at each other. They never thought something like this would happen. 9 immortal rank lords being killed at the same time. That was like a fairy tale. But now such a ridiculous thing really happened in front of them. And they saw it happen with their own eyes. There was no way to fake it. In truth, they were all subordinates of the 9 immortal rank lords, and were commanded by them. It was also because of the immortal rank lord's suppression that all demons were willing to listen to them. If the immortal rank lords died, it was like a group of dragons without a leader. The entire Flaming Hell would be in chaos. Warlords would rise, unprecedented chaos would occur. Just as they didn't know what to do, Xiaoping's body suddenly emitted a terrifying aura that swept through the 9 heavens and 10 lands. Especially when they felt the pure infernal golden crow bloodline aura deep within Xiaoping's body. That was practically Hell's most ancient, most primitive, most powerful underworld god power. To demons and demons who only had low-level infernal bloodline, this was an overwhelming advantage. This was the difference in life essence. Like a low-level life form, facing a high-level life form, they couldn't resist at all. This G bloodline aura triggered the bloodline within their T bodies, making them tremble in fear. No matter how strong they were, they immediately prostrated on the ground. So that's how it is. Since the 9 immortal rank lords are dead, then the one who killed them will naturally be the new lord, the new master of Flaming Hell. That's to be expected. To be able to kill the 9 immortal rank lords, of course he has the right to become the true master of Flaming Hell. This will be the first time the entire Flaming Hell has been unified. Unbelievable. Such a dense infernal bloodline must have been inherited from the highest level of demons. Who knows how much more powerful and noble they are compared to the previous overlords. Burning demon, no, that's not right. It should be burning overlord. I am willing to serve you, to be your dog, to fight for you, to go through water and tread on fire, to die for you. Burning overlord, we are willing to serve you. Many demons and fiendish demons prostrated themselves on the ground, expressing their willingness to become the burning overlord's subordinates and conquer the world. This was the rule of the infernal demons. The strong were respected, and there was no loyalty to speak of. They would attach themselves to whoever was stronger. Minister F. In midair, Xiaoping's mouth twitched. He had only wanted to show off his aura and understand his sudden surge in power, but he did not expect to scare the demons and demons nearby into submission. However, he had a thought. Perhaps it might not be a bad thing to take in these demons, no, to rule the entire fiery hell under his jurisdiction. After all, the entire hell plane was simply too big, like the eternal sands of the universe. The fiery hell was just one of the smaller hell planes there. If he could conquer the fiery hell and use it as a springboard, he would be able to head to an even stronger hell plane and kill even stronger demons and fiendish demons there. His infernal golden crow bloodline needed to grow, and he could not do without the help of the hell plane. Master. With a so sound, Luna's figure suddenly appeared before Xiaoping. She was dressed in a gothic outfit, giving her a petite appearance. However, no one could tell just how much power her petite body contained. Xiaoping's heart skipped a beat. At this moment, Luna seemed to have become even stronger than before. After devouring a large amount of universe essence, her cultivation base had actually reached the pinnacle of the lightning tribulation realm. She was just one step away from breaking through to the sempiternal realm. What is it? Xiaoping asked. Let me rule over these demons in place of master. I feel that my power will grow faster in this hell plane, said Luna. Hearing this, Xiaoping could not help but nod. As an undying corpse beast, Luna could strengthen herself by devouring enemies. This was the most terrifying demon in the Hell Plane. The Hell Plane was endless and filled with countless demons. This was indeed the most suitable place for Luna to grow. If this was in the real world, wantonly slaughtering would cause great trouble. However, it was different in the Hell Plane. Slaughtering was a common occurrence. Most importantly, Luna was an undying existence. Unlike other creatures, even creatures of the strongest races like Gaia, she was an undying existence from the moment she was born. Even sages could not kill her. It could be said that she was born an undying creature. Even though she did not possess the power of an immortal, she possessed the ability of an immortal. Her survivability far surpassed that of ordinary immortal-ranked demons. Moreover, if she continued fighting, Luna would continue to grow stronger and evolve. That was why the sages of the immemorial era were so afraid of Luna. She was simply a monster that could destroy the world. If she was not controlled, the entire universe would be engulfed. All right, you shall rule over these demons. Xiaoping nodded and agreed to Luna's request. Hearing this, Luna immediately flew into the air and looked down at the demons on the ground expressionlessly. Listen up, I'm Masters number 1 General Luna. From now on, you'll have to listen to me. Anyone who disobeys will die. A terrifying black aura emanated from her body. It seemed to have dyed the entire hell black. It was so dense that it could not be dispersed. Even the sins in the depths of hell could not compare to it. Yes, the demons were so frightened that they prostrated themselves again. They were different from humans. Their strength did not depend on their T-shape. Sometimes the smaller the T-shape, the more terrifying they were in the Hell Plane. The little girl in front of them looked like a human. However, the evil power contained within her T-shape was simply unimaginable. She was simply the most evil, most savage, and most terrifying existence. It was as if they dared to disobey, they would immediately be devoured and turned into a pile of fertilizer. Their instincts as T-shapes were warning them not to disobey the little girl in front of them. Otherwise, they would definitely die. This was an instinctive fear that came from their genes. Alright, let's go. Expedition F Flaming Hell. Luna seemed to be a little excited. She completely treated this as a war game. Walala. Chapter 2097. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Not long after, Luna left with the demons, beginning her conquest of fiery hell. It probably wouldn't be long before the entire fiery hell would be under her rule. Xiaoping didn't care about this. He reached out and grabbed the corpses of the Rock Overlord, Swamp Overlord, and Nether Ghost Overlord. He felt that even though these undying overlords were dead, their remaining flesh and blood energy would definitely be of great benefit. He couldn't let it go to waste like this. Of course, these undying demons had been corroded by hell's energy. He needed to take care of it. If ordinary people dared to touch them, they would be corroded by hell's energy and become hell creatures. Suddenly, the depths of Xiaoping's consciousness trembled. He felt the world tree inside him tremble. It swayed gently and released waves of green light. What's going on? He hadn't expected the world tree to move at this time. It seemed to have sensed something beneficial to it. In the next second, one green root after another extended out of the void, landed on the 3 undying demon overlord corpses, and seeped into them. Whoosh, the world tree trembled and produced a devouring power. The 3 undying demon overlord corpses withered at a speed visible to the naked eye. The roots wriggled like water pipes, and a huge amount of flesh and blood essence was quickly transferred into the world tree's body. After absorbing the undying substance, the world tree seemed to have obtained a perfect supplement. Its entire body grew, growing to 100 meters tall. Each root and branch was much thicker than before. Xiaoping's heart jumped. If that was all, it wouldn't be a big deal. But after devouring the undying demon overlord's flesh and blood essence, the world tree actually underwent a huge transformation. He personally saw the huge amount of flesh and blood energy wriggling along with the roots. Then, the world tree's leaves began to bloom and bear fruit. It didn't seem to take much time at all. The process was directly shortened. 3 golden fruits appeared on the world tree's branches just like that. There were strange patterns on its surface. It looked like a golden pill, but it didn't have any magic power. It just contained a boundless amount of pure life energy. However, there was a core in the depths of this fruit. It was a golden seed. This golden seed also emitted a boundless life force, producing a rhythm of life and emitting waves of immortal aura. Clearly, this was the immortal true spirit that only immortal rank creatures could condense. It's the immortal fruit. Xiaoping's body trembled. He never expected the world tree to have such an ability. It could absorb energy from the flesh of immortal rank creatures and bear fruits on the tree. Not only did this undying fruit contain a huge amount of life energy that could increase one's magic power and cultivation by at least 10 million years, but it also contained the undying true spirit of an undying being. If an ordinary lightning tribulation realm cultivator consumed an immortal fruit, they would have a 30% higher chance of breaking through to the sempiternal realm. If he consumed 4 pills, he would have a 100% chance of advancing. Unbelievable. Xiaoping couldn't help but widen his eyes. If the news of the undying fruit were to spread out, it would definitely shock the entire universe. Countless people would come to snatch it. Having a 100% chance of becoming an immortal sage was the dream of countless cultivators. This was the ability of the world tree. It had the effect of turning something rotten into something magical. However, to Xiaoping, these undying fruits weren't of much use. His accumulation was too deep. A few undying fruits couldn't provide him with much help. Moreover, the birth of an undying fruit wasn't that simple. He had to kill an immortal ranked demon to produce an undying fruit. It seemed like the world tree couldn't produce undying fruits by absorbing other creatures. It could only produce such an effect by killing hell demons, abyssal demons, and other darkness creatures. It was likely that the energy within these darkness creatures, hell power and abyssal power, were greatly beneficial to the world tree. Other races wouldn't have such an effect. Right. It seems like Dumbo has imprisoned 6 other immortal ranked demons. I wonder what would happen if I devour all of them and turn them into undying fruits? With a thought, Xiaoping's figure flickered. He communicated with the Gaia origin and immediately entered the Gaia space. Whoosh. In the next second, he appeared in a space of nothingness. There seemed to be a huge planet-like invisible space cage near Gaia's origin. At this moment, the 6 immortal ranked demons looked like they had lost their parents. No matter how they struggled, they couldn't move the spatial cage at all. Clearly, they had been completely imprisoned. At this moment, the 6 immortal ranked demons also saw Xiaoping approaching and became agitated. Burning devil, let us go. Let us go immediately. As long as you let me go, all of my treasures will belong to you. I've accumulated so many treasures over countless years that you can't even begin to imagine. Even my army and my castle will belong to you. Let us go this time. We definitely won't go against you again. The 6 immortal ranked demons begged for mercy. They knew that they were no match for the burning devil. If they didn't beg for mercy, only death awaited them. No need. Just obediently become fertilizer for the world tree. With a thought from Xiaoping, the world tree's roots immediately split into 6 and penetrated the invisible spatial cage. They pierced through the space and directly penetrated the bodies of the 6 immortal ranked demons. Hualala, in an instant, the 6 immortal ranked demons let out miserable cries. Their life essence was all devoured by the world tree. The roots squirmed like water pipes and made gurgling sounds. Instantly, their intelligence seemed to have been erased. They were completely turned into idiots. They couldn't even let out a cry. Xiaoping raised his brows. He realized that this time, the world tree didn't seem to be in a hurry to devour the life energy of these immortal ranked demons. Instead, it was slowly devouring them. As the life essence of these immortal ranked demons disappeared, their immortal abilities were activated. They swallowed the void energy and recovered to their peak state. Then, the world tree would devour them again, and the immortal ranked demons would recover again. Clearly, the world tree had completely treated these 6 immortal ranked demons as fertilizer that could continuously regenerate. Although this caused the growth of immortal fruits to slow down by more than 100 times, it could continuously obtain immortal fruits. As expected, the world tree isn't just a holy tree. It's also a demonic tree. Chapter 2098. Whoosh. After dealing with the 6 immortal fiendish demons, Xiaoping once again returned to Inferno Hell. Next, I have to deal with the 9 spatial passageways that connect to the Azure Sun secret dimension. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. He was no longer worried about demons entering the Azure Sun secret dimension through the spatial passageway. Instead, he was worried that the spatial passageway would collapse, causing the path to Hell World to disappear. If that really happened, he probably wouldn't know how to enter Hell World. Black hole worm. Thinking of this, Xiaoping waved his hand and immediately summoned the black hole worm elders in the Mountain River Pearl. At this moment, the black hole worm elders seemed to be even more powerful than before. They contained profound spatial laws, as if they could fuse with space at any time and easily escape. Moreover, the many black hole worm eggs he had previously obtained had also hatched into black hole larvae. They had also grown tremendously, and their strength had increased by leaps and bounds. In time, those black hole worm larvae would definitely be of great use. Looks like your strength has improved. Xiaoping nodded. It's all thanks to Master. The black hole worm Grand Elder said gratefully. This was not flattery but the truth. Ever since Chong Xiaoqian had obtained a large amount of cosmic origin energy, her strength had increased by leaps and bounds. This had also led to countless benefits for the other black hole worms. In fact, the entire black hole worm race was basically a single entity. As long as the king became stronger, every black hole worm soldier would become stronger, and their fertility would increase, giving birth to more black hole worms. It was precisely because the black hole worm king had such a special ability that the solitary black hole worms were incomparably loved and respected. They were even willing to go through fire and water for their king. It could be said that the king was the core of their race, an indispensable existence. Every birth of a king was an opportunity for the black hole worm race to rise. Very well, I called you all here because I need your help with something. Xiaoping said straightforwardly. This Hell World has 9 spatial passageways that can connect to the Azure Sun secret dimension. However, these 9 spatial passageways are naturally formed and not very stable. I need you all to use your innate abilities to strengthen these 9 spatial passageways, so that they won't be destroyed by spatial storms. Furthermore, you all need to set up restrictive arrays on these spatial passageways. Without my permission, no life form can casually enter or exit these passageways. He wanted to take complete control of all 9 spatial passages. By the way, in addition to reinforcing these 9 space passages, you also need to dig a space passage that connects directly to the star region where planet Yinhuang is located, connecting the Qingyang secret realm and planet Yinhuang. At this point, Xiaoping made another request. After all, every time he went to the Qingyang mystic realm, he did not want to come to the southern universe. It was too time-consuming. If he was connected to the Yinhuang planet, he could enter the Hell World at any time. Master, this is just a small matter. Just leave it to us. The black hole worm elder was brimming with confidence. Excavating and reinforcing spatial passages was the black hole worm's forte. Not to mention, they also had the king's power, which made them much stronger than before. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. With that, the black hole worm elders immediately set off. As for Xiaoping, he remained where he was, and went into secluded meditation. Because he had just transcended the heavenly tribulation, his magic power had skyrocketed. He needed some time to stabilize his cultivation base. Meanwhile, on the other side, Luna was leading the demon army to sweep through the territories of the 9 undying lords. Their first step was to Rock City. Because Xiaoping's heavenly tribulation was closest to Rock City, they naturally started attacking from the closest location. Rock City's demons? The Rock Overlord is already dead. Hurry up and surrender. Otherwise, we will bathe Rock City in blood today. Not a single one of you will be spared. A leader of the fiendish demons shouted, trying to persuade the fiendish demons to surrender. Rock Lord is dead. Hearing this, the demons of Rock City were shocked. They couldn't believe their ears. That was an undying ranked demon lord. How could it just die like that? Because after so many years, after countless battles, countless demons had died, but the undying ranked demons never died. At most, they would escape from flaming hell and head to other planes. However, now that Rock Lord was dead, this indeed shocked many demons. Because the death of the 9 undying lords was too short. Flaming hell was vast and boundless. Without a communication tool like the universe virtual network, there was no way to instantly spread the news to every corner of flaming hell. Hence, it was natural that they didn't know about the death of the 9 undying lords. Everyone, don't listen to this demon's words. Rock Lord is a great existence, how could he die? You think you can make us surrender just by saying a few words? You must be dreaming. Immediately, a Rock City commander shouted. He didn't believe the words of these demons. If an immortal ranked fiendish demon appeared here, it would immediately surrender without a second thought. However, the fiendish demons that appeared here were at most of the same rank as it. If such a force could make Rock City surrender, then Rock City would have been destroyed many times over. Damn it! Many of the fiendish demon leaders cursed. They knew that they could not intimidate so many fiendish demons in Rock City with their strength alone. However, this was the first mission given to them by their lord. They couldn't mess it up now. Since you don't want to surrender, then die. At this moment, Luna made her move. She was expressionless and unmoved. To her, she didn't have any thoughts of killing. Other than Xia Ping, the others were just bugs' food. If they dared to disobey her, they would all die. Rumble. The moment she finished speaking, a black storm surged out from Luna's body. It was so dense that it couldn't be dispersed. It emitted evil, devouring, corrosive dark aura, as if it was an extremely evil existence. Buzz buzz. Every strand of black air seemed to transform into a flying black bug, containing mysterious runes. They flapped their wings. Over 100 million of them charged towards Rock City. This was the bloodline sacred ability of the corpse beasts. Locust Storm. Walala, this black storm crushed over, blotting out the sky and covering the earth, enveloping the entire Rock City. There was no fighting, no struggling, no screaming, nothing at all. Everything was close to nothingness. In the next second, Rock City disappeared just like that, erased from this land. Those demons that stayed in Rock City, regardless of their strength, all disappeared. Not even a drop of blood or a bone was left. They disappeared from this world just like that. When the demon chieftains saw this, their hair stood on end, and their bodies trembled. They could clearly see countless black insects appearing in the storm. It was these black insects that had devoured the entire Rock City cleanly, leaving nothing behind. Nothing could stop these black insects from devouring and tearing at the city. They rejoiced that they didn't disrespect this lord. Otherwise, they would have died for sure. Go to the next city. Kill anyone who resists. Luna was expressionless as she gave the order. After devouring all the demons in Rock City, her aura had also increased by a notch. Yes. Chapter 2099. A month later, Luna's army swept through the entire flaming hell. The demons in the 9 cities of the flaming hell resisted at first, not believing that their overlord had been killed. But after Luna easily slaughtered a few cities and devoured countless demons, all the demons were scared out of their wits. They no longer dared to resist. When they heard that Luna's army had arrived, without needing Luna to say anything, all the demons surrendered and submitted to the burning overlord. Anyway, for these demons, betrayal was nothing out of the ordinary. Moreover, it was not shameful to submit to a demon that was stronger than them. At this point, the entire flaming hell was completely unified. All the demons and nether ghosts were under Xia Ping's rule. Luna's notoriety also spread throughout the flaming hell. In order to announce that Xia Ping was the ruler of the entire flaming hell, Corinne took out many nano-engineered robots and spent 3 days building a huge city that spanned 300,000 kilometers in a flaming plain at the center of the flaming hell. It became the resting place of many demons. The ordinary demons of the infernal realm had never seen such miraculous human technology before. In just 3 days, they had built such a majestic city. They were all incredibly shocked, and they became even more loyal to the burning overlord. On this day, Xia Ping became the burning overlord and the ruler of the flaming hell. The ceremony would be held in the square of Burning City, allowing countless demons to bathe in the glory of the burning overlord. Of course, this month Xia Ping was not resting. Instead, he was cultivating hard and consolidating his skyrocketing cultivation. After a month of bitter cultivation, he raised his magic power to the peak of the middle stage of the Thunder Tribulation realm. His primordial spirit advanced a great distance in the sea of bitterness. He was just one step away from breaking through to the late stage of the Thunder Tribulation realm. At the same time, Xiaoping awakened 100 million golden crow cells in his body. The total number of awakened cells in his body reached 1.6 billion. His power became even more terrifying. It was noon. On a high platform in the square, Xiaoping sat on a huge dark golden throne. Only Luna stood beside him. Below the platform, many demons, and nether ghosts appeared. There were all kinds of strange and extremely ferocious races. Their commander-level cultivation had basically reached the peak of the Thunder Tribulation realm. At a glance, there were more than 30 million Thunder Tribulation realm fiendish demons. As for the weaker demon soldiers, there was no need to mention them. There were more than 100 billion of them, and they were the elites of the elites. If such a large number of demons appeared in the real world, it would probably cause a small-scale demon disaster. At the very least, a few saint-class sects would be destroyed. Not to mention, this was just a minor world in the infernal realm, a plane that was like the eternal sands of the universe. He really couldn't imagine what the higher levels of hell would be like. If the demons from the infernal world of the primordial era had invaded the real universe instead of the demons from the abyss, the result would have been completely different. The other races would not have been able to survive. But no matter what, Xiaoping had unknowingly become a lord with a huge force. Boom! Xiaoping unrestrainedly released his powerful aura, displaying the demeanor of the golden crow of hell. The blood in his body ignited, shining with eternal light like the sun. In the hell world, keeping a low profile wasn't a virtue but a weakness. Only by thoroughly displaying one's strength could one gain the respect of other demons. Bang! 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 Feeling this aura, the demons were so frightened that they prostrated themselves. They felt that if a single drop of such heat fell, it would be enough to burn them to ashes. Heavens, the Lord is really too powerful. With such an aura, even the commanders can't raise their heads. Of course, the Burning Lord is a terrifying existence that killed the Rock Lord, the Swamp Lord, the Sea Shark Lord, and the other 9 lords. It's only natural that he has such power. Indeed, to be able to work for such a powerful lord is really a blessing of 3 lifetimes. Who knows, we might even have the chance to conquer other infernal realms, obtain endless battle merits, and keep evolving. Lord, 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 burn, burn, burn. The demons were all extremely excited, feeling such a powerful aura. Not only did they not feel afraid, but they also felt excited. They felt like they were following a powerful lord. This was an incomparably honorable thing to do. At this moment, they all roared angrily. Waves of air surged and swept through the entire burning city. Kiki, what a joke. It's just a rural place, but they actually want to imitate others and become a lord. This is like a monkey trying to learn how to walk. What a joke. At this moment, a voice rang out. Although it sounded very soft, it was clearly transmitted to the ears of all the demons. Moreover, it was illusory. None of the demons knew where the voice came from. What? Hearing this voice, the demons were instantly enraged. This was the Lord's coronation ceremony. It was incomparably grand and dignified. This was an extremely important matter. But now, there was actually a demon who dared to mock the Lord in such an important occasion. This kind of courage was simply boundless. Could it be that the demons who dared to resist earlier had not all been killed? They sensed their surroundings and searched for auras, trying to find the demon who had just spoken. After all, they were now the Burning Lord's subordinates. Insulting the Burning Lord was the same as insulting them. This kind of humiliation was absolutely intolerable. But after searching for a while, they still couldn't find the owner of the voice or where he had appeared. The owner of the voice seemed to know that the demons were looking for him. He became even more smug. It's useless. Do you think you weak demons can find my whereabouts? That's a fool's dream. Even if I whisper in your ears, you definitely won't be able to find where I am. Burning Devil. I advise you to surrender immediately and hand over the essence of this hell plane. I'm a mighty existence that you can't hope to reach. If you anger me, your good days will come to an end. You'll die a horrible death." He laughed sinisterly and loudly, as if he didn't care about the demons searching for him at all. It was as if he didn't exist in this world. "Soul Search!" A dark ghost commander roared angrily. He activated his divine ability, and it spread out like a sonic wave to every corner of the plaza, trying to search for the soul ripples of every living being nearby. Chapter 2100. The Nether Ghost Commander's face paled, and he seemed a bit weak. He had used up a lot of energy, but he hadn't found anything useful. He felt very ashamed. "Kiki, a puny Nether Ghost wants to find my whereabouts? Stop joking." The voice continued to provoke him. "Burning devil, I'm not joking with you. I'm giving you an ultimatum. If you really anger me, all the demons here will die. I'll only give you one chance. I hope you'll cherish it." Humph. Luna was very angry and wanted to attack. But Xiaoping waved his hand, stopping Luna. He said, "You cowardly scoundrel, how dare you boast so shamelessly? Do you think you can act so arrogantly in front of me just because you have some concealment abilities? To tell you the truth, your abilities are as laughable as a clown's in my eyes." This was the Burning Lord's coronation ceremony, an important event that would establish his unparalleled position in the fiery hell. Now there were demons that dared to appear here and cause trouble. This was clearly a slap to his face, and an attempt to anger him. Once he was infuriated, he wouldn't rest until the world was turned upside down and rivers of blood flowed. Boom! Xiaoping stood up from his throne, and his golden hell crow eyes opened. His pupils contained countless golden hell crow runes, and they immediately shot out tens of thousands of beams of dark golden light. The dark golden light was like a giant net that permeated the void, covering a radius of 10 billion kilometers. It covered every corner of the void, big and small. Boom! Countless demons in the square came into contact with the dark golden light. Their hair stood on end, and they trembled. They found that they were being seen clearly by this gaze. His meridians, his internal organs, his dantian, his sea of energy, and the magical symbols that circulated in the depths of his body were all exposed. Not a single drop was left. It was as if they had no secrets in front of this gaze. All the demons and ghosts were incomparably shocked. They had thought that they had overestimated their lord, But it turned out that they had still underestimated him. Just a glance from him was enough to make them expose all their secrets. It was like a god looking at mortals. This gaze contained terrifying fire power and destructive power. As long as the Lord willed it, he could immediately ignite their bloodlines and turn them into torches. Some powerful demons instinctively tried to resist this power, but it was useless. It was like the eyes of a god, looking down from above. Nothing could escape. No matter how the mortals struggled, it was useless. Crash, in a single breath's time. The infernal golden crows, I had already scanned the space within a radius of tens of billions of kilometers. Every inch of space was enveloped by the gaze, and it was all pervasive. However, the voice was still very arrogant. You actually know an eye technique. I didn't think that a small place like this would have such a divine ability. However, such a method is useless against me. I'm hidden in the depths of the dimensional space, invisible and traceless. I'm not something you can find by burning your mana. Give up, you're just wasting your energy. Found you. You cowardly scoundrel, come out. Right at this moment, Xiaoping sensed something and brazenly attacked. In the blink of an eye, his left eye slowly rotated and shot out a black ray of death that contained terrifying destructive power. It was incomparably fast as it blasted towards a certain location in the space above. Bang! The black ray of light immediately disappeared into the space. Ah! Suddenly, there was a shrill scream in the air. A figure fell out from the depths of the dimensional space, just like that. There was a bloody hole in its chest, and blood was dripping out. It was extremely miserable. It was a black shadow without any shape. Deep inside the shadow, there were hundreds of eyes. Each eye contained different emotions: anger, humiliation, hatred, and disbelief. Oh my God, that's a dark space demon, a terrifying demon that lives in the depths of the space. Isn't it extinct in the fiery hell? Why is it here? It's a demon from a high-level world of hell. It's not something that a world of hell like ours can give birth to. Could it be from a high-level world of hell? Many demons and ghosts immediately exclaimed. They immediately recognized the demon's true identity. Impossible. I'm a dark space demon, a master of spatial divine ability, invisible and traceless. I hide in the depths of the dimensional space and live in the cracks of space. How did you find me? And even if you found me, how did you hit me? The dark space demon was crazy. It could not believe its eyes, because with its abilities, even a fiendish demon that was stronger than it would not be able to defeat it. In fact, it would be impossible for the fiendish demon to track it down. Moreover, it could travel through the cracks of space at any time. It could run away very quickly. Even if its enemies found it, it could easily escape to another place. Therefore, it was fearless. But now, the burning demon in front of him had found his whereabouts and even injured him, knocking him out of the space crack. To the dark space demon, this was a great humiliation. Just a little trick. You dare to be so arrogant in front of me? You still have companions, right? Call them out immediately. Otherwise, I will kill them one by one in the cracks of space, leaving none alive. Xiaoping stood with his hands behind his back. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. As soon as he finished speaking, the space twisted, creating a strong ripple. Figures of demons appeared in all directions. There were a total of 12. Including the dark space demon, there were 13 of them. Moreover, these demons were terrifyingly strong. They had reached the immortal realm. They were not any weaker than the Rock Lord, Swamp Lord, Sea Shark Lord, and other Lord-ranked demons. Oh my God, what's going on? These demons are way too powerful. This is the aura of immortal. Impossible. There are only 9 immortal lords in the entire flaming hell. Moreover, they were all killed by the burning lord. How can there be 13 immortal lords now? This is too ridiculous. How on earth did this appear? What exactly has happened? They are definitely not demons from our flaming hell. They might be powerful demons from other hells. The problem is that our flaming hell is very remote, and the environment is very harsh. How did they arrive here? Many of the demons were shocked to the extreme. Anyone who saw 13 immortal ranked demons appearing in this place and descending together would be scared half to death. They were panicking. They felt that they were really doomed this time. Being surrounded by 13 immortal ranked demons, even the strongest demon would die. Chapter 2101. Jia, Burning Demon. Now that we've all come out, do you feel like you've shot yourself in the foot? Do you feel a little regretful? Said the dark space devil with a proud smile. With 12 immortal ranked demons standing beside it, it was simply an incomparably tyrannical fighting strength, as well as a huge backing. No matter how strange the burning demon was, it was impossible for it to withstand the attack. Regret what? Useless soldiers like you will die no matter how many of you come. Do you think you can do whatever you want in flaming hell with your own strength? Xiaoping was speechless. He did not put these immortal ranked demons in his eyes at all, especially after undoing the first seal of the reincarnation brush. His power had greatly increased. Now he had the power to kill gods and demons. These immortal ranked demons were nothing to him. He was even looking forward to these immortal ranked demons coming to test the sharpness of the reincarnation brush. Today was the Burning Overlord's Ascension ceremony. Using the blood of these immortal ranked demons as a sacrifice would be the best. Stupid burning demon. You won't shed tears until you see the yellow springs. Arrogant to the extreme. Seeing us 13 immortal ranked demons, not surrendering is one thing, but you're still so arrogant. What kind of guts did you eat? Don't talk nonsense with this burning demon. Kill this guy immediately and occupy this plane of hell. You'll get great merits and countless treasures. The 13 immortal realm demons snorted coldly. They were very unhappy with Xiaoping's words. They were furious. Facing their powerful battle prowess, this fellow actually dared to be so arrogant, calling them shrimp soldiers and crab generals. How preposterous. If that's the case, there's nothing to talk about. I saw that you're quite strong, so I wanted to give you some pointers and make you my subordinate. But now, it seems that you're just a piece of trash who doesn't know what's good for you. Go die. Dark Space Demon sneered. It felt that it was already giving this demon a lot of face by saying a few more words. Unexpectedly, this guy didn't know what was good for him. Then it couldn't be blamed. Boom. As soon as he finished speaking, the Dark Space Devil made its move. It immediately turned into a black shadow and disappeared into the empty space. It was invisible and contained an evil energy. It jumped through the space and attacked Xiaoping. This was one of its unparalleled assassination methods. It merged with the void, approached the enemy, and instantly beheaded them. It could be said that with its space god art, this kind of assassination was simply successful. Kill. Moreover, this time, it wasn't just the dark space devil. The other 12 immortal ranked demons in the sky had also taken action. They knew that it wouldn't be easy to kill the immortal ranked demon, so they had to surround and kill it together. After all, defeating an immortal ranked demon was easy, but killing it was very difficult. Dragon-like demonic claws. In the blink of an eye, an undying fiend took action. Its claws smashed over like a black dragon from hell, containing endless darkness power and destructive power. The claw was densely engraved with the characters of hell. It wriggled like an earthworm, as if it contained vitality, and was filled with the filth of hell. Even a demon with an immortal ranked body would be heavily injured if they were hit by this claw. The filth of hell could even contaminate the immortal body, preventing the body from continuously regenerating. Burning demons surrender. You aren't our match. Fighting against us will only result in death. A shadow fiend roared. This voice contained a special power, like a bewitching voice. It was like maggots attached to bones, containing a terrifying curse power. Deep in the void, as it spoke, the sound waves actually turned into hell's characters, condensing into substance and piercing towards Xia Ping's brain. It contained an unfathomable killing intent. This was a sound curse god art. Once the enemy wavered in the slightest, the curse power would corrode the enemy's soul, and they would never be able to get rid of it. Even if the soul was hit, it would weaken and slowly die. Die, burning demon! I will smash you into minced meat. Another immortal ranked demon charged over, wielding a crimson hammer. It seemed to be several times more ferocious than the rock overlord. Every inch of its muscles was filled with explosive power. Its hammer smashed over, forming a dense array of hell scriptures. It was like a huge mountain pressing down, smashing everything under the hammer into pieces. Not so long ago, when it smashed down, the surrounding mountains and rivers would shatter, a planet would explode, and this region would become a vacuum zone, a land of death. The other immortal ranked demons also attacked. Wave after wave of terrifying killing intent spread out, covering the sky and earth, shaking mountains and rivers. They spread out in all directions, not giving Xia Ping any chance to escape. Its overlord is done for. Many demons and nether ghosts trembled. They could feel the terrifying power. Even their previous lords weren't a match for them. Each wave was far stronger than the previous lords. And now, 13 such powerful demons had appeared, attacking the burning lord at the same time. This was simply like the descent of the nether gods, bringing the burning lord back to the Yellow Springs. Curtain of darkness. But before Xia Ping could do anything, Luna did. She stood in front of Xia Ping, her small body radiating an unshakable dark aura. Rumble. Suddenly, strands of dark energy surged out of Luna. This was an aura of sin, so dense that it couldn't be dispersed. It instantly enveloped her body. With her body as the center, it rapidly expanded. Like a black hole, instantly it devoured everything, the entire high platform, leaving no blind spots. Bang, bang, bang. At this moment, the 13 immortal ranked demons' divine abilities struck the curtain of darkness at the same time. What? The 13 immortal ranked demons were shocked, because they found that when their power struck the curtain of darkness, it was like falling into a swamp. All their power was devoured. Even the darkness demons' attempt to enter the curtain of darkness was bounced back. It was as if the curtain of darkness could even isolate space. Whoosh! Luna waved her hand, dispelling the curtain of darkness. The platform was still intact. All the power had been devoured by her. Impossible. Your aura hasn't reached the immortal rank, yet you can stop us. Just what race are you? Why do you have such power? Chapter 2102. Haha, everyone, don't be fooled by these two. At that moment, Dark Space Demon laughed out loud. You're not even an immortal rank demon. How could you resist our immortal rank demon's power? This is probably a sacred power unique to this guy's body. He might only be able to use it once in his life. Moreover, the price of using it once is extremely huge. He might even be heavily injured already. It pointed out everything, as if it had seen through everything. I see. As expected of the Dark Space Demon, you're very knowledgeable. We were almost fooled. Hearing this, the other immortal rank demons nodded. The hell world was boundless, and there were countless types of demons. It was not strange for there to be special, strange, and powerful divine abilities. It would not be strange if there was a divine ability They were immortal
that could
rank
devour
demons.
all attacks.
Their perception
However,
towards
the
danger
more
was
powerful the
extremely
divine
sharp.
ability,
Reaching
the greater
the
the
stage
price
where the
needed to be
cicada
paid.
can sense the autumn
Without a
wind
doubt,
before it even
this
moves.
demon that
They
wasn't even an
immediately
immortal
saw the
rank
reincarnation
demon
brush
must
in
have
Xia
paid a
Ping's
great
hand.
price to use
It
this
was an
divine ability
inconspicuous brush,
and defend against
but every
their
black
attacks.
hair on the tip
This
of the
was how
brush
the world was.
seemed to contain
The
a
more power
soul-stealing
one had,
aura and
the
boundless
greater the
killing
price one
intent.
had to pay.
It was clearly
Little
just an
girl, stop
inconspicuous
pretending.
brush.
You're
But
still
in their
pretending
eyes,
to be
it
indifferent.
was simply the most
In fact,
terrifying
you're already
thing in this
heavily
world.
injured and on the
It
verge
triggered
of
their
death.
souls,
However,
causing every
I have
cell
to
in their
praise your
body to
acting
tremble,
skills.
as
You're
if they
about
had
to die,
encountered their
yet
natural
you can
enemy.
still show such
Even
a
the
calm
immortal
expression.
demons were in such
If I
a
wasn't a
state,
demon that had
let alone the
experienced
many
hundreds
demons
of battles
below the platform,
I might have been
they
fooled
felt
by
an
you.
endless pressure
Dark
pressing
Space
down on
Demon
them,
showed an
as
expression,
if a yellow river
as if
was
it had
laying
seen
across
through
their
Luna's
bodies,
acting skills,
forcing them to
in its
crawl on the
eyes,
ground.
This little lowly
not
was
even
already
daring to
heavily
breathe
injured.
loudly.
Her
It was as
insides
if
were
a
full of
slight movement
holes.
would turn their
Luna
bodies
blinked
into
and looked
dust.
at Dark Space
Run,
Demon.
hurry up and run.
Burning
We
Demon,
can't fight him head
I have
on.
to praise you
For
too.
some reason,
You actually
Dark
have
Space
such
Demon
a loyal demon
and the other
that's willing
immortal
to die
demons
for you.
immediately felt
I don't know
the
what you're
urge to
capable
run.
of.
Their
But it ends
instincts
here.
were strongly
The next
warning them
attack
not
will
to
be
fight
your
head
death.
on.
Just
Moreover,
die obediently.
they did not
You can't
feel there was
stop us with your
anything
power.
shameful about it.
Dark Space
Their
Demon
only
looked
thought
down
now
from
was to
above.
run.
Looking
However,
at
it was
Xia
already
Ping,
too late,
as if he was looking
Xia
at an
Ping
ant.
held the
It was
reincarnation
incomparably
brush,
arrogant,
and the 9 purple
noisy.
palace spaces
With
trembled.
a thump,
Boundless
Xia Ping took a
magic
step
power was
forward
poured
and
in,
took out the
and the
reincarnation
dark
brush.
golden brush
A
lightly
powerful
drew
aura
towards the
surged
void.
out from his
Dong.
body.
In an
Covering
instant,
a radius of
a
10
mark
billion
that stretched for
kilometers,
30,000
shaking the
kilometers was
surroundings
drawn out
and
in the
causing the
depths of the
stars to
void.
sway.
It sliced
was
through
as
the
if the
void,
entire fiery
and it
hell
was so
had been
fast
shaken.
that even thinking
As
could
soon
not
as
keep
the
up with it.
reincarnation brush
In the
appeared,
next second,
the aura
the
of an
13
infernal
immortal
deity
demons were
descended,
cut in half at the
as
waist.
if it were connected to
Bang,
the
bang,
6
bang.
paths of reincarnation.
Immediately, they fell
Drawing
to the
upon the
ground,
boundless
dripping
essence
with
of hell.
blood.
The
Scriptures
area
around
around
the
the
platform
platform
was
after
completely
another,
dyed red,
densely covering the
13
depths
immortal
of the
demons
void.
were half
It was
crippled
as
on the
if they were
spot,
creating visions
unable
of
to
hell.
move. With
Not
countless
bad, I
gods
didn't
and
kill you
demons
all.
roaring and howling.
Xia Ping looked down
What
at
is
the
this?
13 immortal
Including
ranked
Dark
demons on the
Space
ground,
Demon. The
and
13
felt very
immortal demons
satisfied.
felt their hair
After
stand up.
undoing the first seal, the reincarnation brush's power had reached a terrifying level. Even the immortal ranked demons could not resist its sharpness. With just a light stroke, the enemy's soul would be torn apart instantly, unable to escape. Most importantly, after removing the first seal, he could slightly control the reincarnation brush's power. It would not be like last time, instantly killing the cursed demon sage and destroying its soul completely. But now it was different. He could completely control the power, beating the 13 immortal demons half crippled, but not killing them. What kind of treasure is this? What the hell is this thing? The Dark Void Devil and the other undying fiends were so scared they pissed themselves, their guts broken. They were horrified to the extreme. It was precisely this magical treasure that made them cripple with a single move, leaving them half dead and half alive. Just one move. They were immortal demons with undying bodies, but in front of this brush, they were as weak as babies. If they did not experience it themselves, they would not believe such a ridiculous thing. World Tree. Xia Ping did not say anything, lightly waved his hand. Dong dong dong. Immediately, thousands of roots from the World Tree seeped out from the void. They were jade green and contained boundless life force. They instantly pierced through the 13 immortal demons' bodies. Burning Demon, what did you do to us? Dark Space Demon and the other immortal demons were terrified. They sensed countless roots seeping into their bodies. There were hundreds of thousands of them, seeping into every corner of their bodies. The blood vessels in their bodies had now turned into roots. These roots even seeped into their souls, seemingly taking root in the deepest part of their bodies. In other words, they were completely under the enemy's control. At the same time, these roots also produced terrifying devouring power, occasionally devouring their boundless life force. Chapter 2103. Below the stage, the demons and dark ghosts saw this as well. Seeing Xia Ping beat the 13 immortal fiends into dogs with just one move, they all cheered. Heavens, those were 13 undying lords. His Excellency actually killed them in one move? Ridiculous. Some demons were shocked, and felt it was hard to believe. Right, I'm sorry, but just now, I thought our Lord was already dead, and would be killed by these 13 uninvited guests. After all, these are 13 immortal fiends. How could they be a match for them? I didn't think this would happen. A dark ghost commander couldn't help but nod in agreement. Our Lord is really too strong. No wonder he killed 9 immortal lords, and united the entire flaming hell. What can a dozen immortal fiends do? He killed them like dogs. Some of the fiendish demons worshipped Xia Ping to the extreme, and were extremely fanatical. To tell the truth, we lost so quickly that I thought I was hallucinating. I thought these immortal fiends were weak. How could they be so weak? Indeed, they were too weak. They couldn't even take one move from our Lord. Perhaps the fiends from other hells are just this weak. They can't even take a single blow. It seems the fiends of our flaming hell are very strong, far stronger than other hells. The fiends discussed, looking down on the dark space devil, and the other immortal fiends. Some even suspected that the fiends from other planes were weak and weak. Hearing this, the dark space devil, and the other immortal fiends were so angry, they wanted to vomit blood. They were powerful fiends from high-class hells. Yet they were being looked down upon by these country bumpkins. It was like a tiger being bullied by a dog. They were extremely aggrieved, and felt extremely vexed. But now that they had been captured, there was nothing they could do. Speak, where did you come from? Why did you come to the flaming hell? Xia Ping interrogated these fiends. Humph, stop dreaming. Do you think we'll tell you anything just because you've captured us and planted a demonic tree on our bodies to control our lives? The dark space devil sneered. I definitely won't tell you. We're the vanguard team from the whirling hell. We're here to search for the source of other hells. Its expression was arrogant. That's right. We won't tell you, the other undying demons shouted. We just stumbled into this place and found a weak hellish plane. That's why we were greedy and wanted to get the essence of this hellish plane. That's why we attacked you. So that's how it is. You're deathless fiend devils from the hell of whirling. You accidentally stumbled into the hell of fire to acquire the essence of the hell's plane. Xia Ping nodded, indicating that he understood their origins and purpose. Luna looked confused. The surrounding demons all looked down on Dark Space Demon and his group of undying demons. They spoke in a dignified and righteous manner, as if they would never bow down to power. Who would have thought that after their lives were in his hands, all of them would become extremely obedient, not daring to hide anything and spilling out all the information in one go. They were more timid than anyone else. However, this was the nature of demons. They bullied the weak and feared the strong. They would only submit to the strong. Burning demon, I'll tell you the truth. We're the vanguard from the hell of whirling. We're here specifically to gather soldiers from smaller hellish planes. If news of our deaths gets out, it'll definitely attract the attention of the hell of whirling. When that happens, your little plane will be annihilated. There are countless demons stronger than us out there. Do you know that? An undying demon threatened. Why are you gathering the essence of hell? Xia Ping knew that each plane had its own essence. It was the same as the small worlds in the central universe. The hell of fire was the same. What a country bumpkin. You don't know the use of a plane? Dark Space Demon sneered. Then I'll be merciful and tell you this. If you can control the origin of a plane of hell, you can fuse your soul with it and communicate with it. Your cultivation speed will be at least 100 times faster than other demons, and you'll be able to absorb more of the origin power of hell. In fact, once you possess the essence of hell, you'll be able to conquer many smaller hell realms and fuse with the essence of those smaller hell realms. You'll be able to strengthen your own hell realm and become a higher hell realm. What? Xia Ping narrowed his eyes.
He learned an important piece of information from Dark Space Demon's words. The reason why countless demons in the Hell world fought endlessly was to fight for the essence of the Hell planes. After devouring the essence of Hell, these demon lords could fuse many Hell planes together to form a huge Hell world. There was even a legend that said if a demon could fuse all of the planes in the Hell world, they would become the supreme ruler of the Hell world. They would become the god of the underworld. Because of that, the demons of the high-level Hell worlds were frantically searching for the essence of Hell. They were at war with each other. Dark Space Demon was the vanguard sent out by the high-level Hell worlds to explore the void. After all, the Hell world was just too big. It was boundless, and every part of the void was filled with terrifying hellish storms. If you weren't careful, you'd be killed. For ordinary demons to find a new masterless and factionless Hell plane was too difficult. But one could imagine how terrifying the Hell of Whirling was. Even an undying demon like Dark Space Demon was just an elite soldier. It was unimaginable. I see. Xia Ping also understood why Rock Overlord and the other 8 undying overlords kept fighting. They also knew the importance of obtaining the essence of a Hell plane. They all wanted to defeat each other and become the ruler of Flaming Hell. Unfortunately, it was too difficult for them to defeat the other 8. They had always maintained a balance. No one could defeat the other. Kid, did you hear that? Release us immediately. That way there's still a chance to turn things around. Otherwise, when the Whirling Hell's army arrives, all the demons in your Flaming Hell will die. Understand? Dark Space Demon shouted. Shut up. Xia Ping waved his hand and immediately captured Dark Space Demon and the other 9 undying demons and placed them in Gaia's space. He didn't plan on killing these demons. Instead, he used them as fertilizer to make World Tree stronger. The origin of the Hell plane. Chapter 2104. That's the essence of Hell. Meanwhile, in one of Blaze City's treasure storehouses. After the coronation, Xia Ping went to the Fiend Devil's treasure storehouse, which was filled with treasures that the 9 undying lords had accumulated over countless years. These treasures had originally belonged to the undying lords, but now that they had been killed, they naturally belonged to Xia Ping. As soon as Xia Ping arrived, he could sense a strange energy emanating from the depths of the storehouse, causing his blood to tremble. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. He waved his hand, and 9 black pearls flew out of the depths of the storehouse.
Each pearl was filled with hellish energy that seemed to resonate with heaven and earth, with the fiery hell itself. Without question, these 9 pearls were the essence of the fiery hell. Originally, it was as if there was a fiery hell only had one golden bead, however, which was engraved the 9 undying lords had fought complicated characters and in the end, it had soul split into 9 fiery hell, which had been stored in their respective treasure the entire fiery hell. Originally, his divine consciousness hadn't had a chance to see the light of day again, covering every corner of the fiery hell. But now that the 9 undying lords were dead, the valleys, the deserts, the forests, the sky, the gravel, the air, and so on, every part of the fiery hell seemed to be under the control of his train of thoughts. It was as though he had become Gaia. His eyes gleamed. He had absolute control over this plane, his magic power, and he could summon terrifying waves of energy at any time, used to refine with the 9 single pearls. Thought. He could turn the world upside down. The 9 essence pearls melted. Perhaps this was the power of the fiery hell that flowed through his limbs. As long as he controlled the core, eventually he could control everything in the fiery hell, where they formed into a golden pearl. What a huge amount of energy! Xiaoping's eyes shone with the golden fiery hell's origin. The golden pearl was vibrating. Xiaoping's eyebrows twitched, as though it were connected to the deepest essence of the fiery hell. With the fiery hell's origin, at the center, an unimaginable amount of kilometers around him was like a tidal wave of energy. It was like transformed into an enormous vortex. It was as though his soul had communicated around the fiery hell's origin. What's going on? And he was being rewarded by hell. Is there an enemy attack? Unparalleled will pierce through the void. That's where the lordship surpassing all greatness. This phenomenon must have been caused by the lordship. At the same time, a huge wave of energy descended. He's just almost drowning the entire space. And he's already causing such a thing. Truth be told, but it's such a ferocious wave of energy. I feel like if I were in the center of the energy, if it weren't for the fact that his body was as strong as the divine beasts, he definitely wouldn't have been able to withstand it. We can't foolishly die while our overlord is cultivating. Wonderful. In the distance, this is a miraculous the demons and ghosts were also shocked to see extremely excited. However, he felt that this was a great opportunity cultivation previously, so they were advanced to the middle stage of the Thunder Retribution realm. In order to prevent themselves from getting hurt, were too huge. The demons retreated far away from a lot of energy. They didn't want to be caught in the crossfire. He would have to spend at least thousands of fiery hell, the core of this world. And he would also need a lot of natural treasures. Could feel his soul. This was enough to make an ordinary sect spend all their wealth. But after obtaining the fiery hell's origin, he could communicate with the energy of the entire fiery hell. In an instant, the 9 violet mansions in his body were filled up with a huge amount of energy, filling every corner. Dong. After an unknown amount of time, when the energy in his body had reached its limit, a barrier shattered. The 9 violet mansions expanded into the void at the same time, and the surrounding chaotic airflow surged. Late-stage Thunder Retribution Realm. Xiaoping was extremely excited. He felt that he had advanced to a new realm. He had already reached the late-stage Thunder Retribution Realm. His energy, divine sense, and strength had all improved by leaps and bounds. First of all, his 9 violet mansions had doubled in size compared to before. Then his divine sense was more than 9 times stronger than before. The tyrannical soul energy had almost solidified, shaking the void. He had even reached the realm of generating electricity in the void. With a slight movement of his divine sense, he could sweep a radius of 3 trillion kilometers. One should know that a distance of 1 light year was only 94,600 billion kilometers. Now his divine sense had covered a range of 1/3 of a light year. If a Thunder Retribution Realm expert knew about this, he would definitely faint from fright. He had never seen a Thunder Retribution Realm cultivator with such a powerful divine sense. After receiving the blessing of the Hell's origin energy, Xiaoping's magic power had not only improved greatly, but his Golden Crow Hell bloodline had also awakened crazily. 10 million crystals, 30 million crystals, 50 million crystals, 100 million crystals. In the end, he had awakened a total of 800 million Golden Crow Hell cells. So far, including the ones from before, he had awakened 4 billion Golden Crow Hell cells. A terrifying flame energy surged out of Xiaoping's body, spreading to his limbs and bones. It seemed as if the blood in his body had turned dark gold, filled with countless Golden Crow Hell runes. Chapter 2105. As expected of Flaming Hell's source energy, I have complete control over Flaming Hell now. Xiaoping clenched his fists and felt his body surging with abundant energy. Advancing to the lightning tribulation realm late stage had made his strength much stronger than before. Moreover, after refining flaming hell source energy, he had complete control over this plane world. He could completely close the spatial passageway connecting this plane world to other worlds. If other fiendish demons came in from the outside world, he would be able to sense them immediately. Even with the help of flaming hell source energy, he could vaguely sense the situation in the periphery of flaming hell. It was as if hell monsoons were blowing in the depths of the void at any time. Once ordinary demons left flaming hell, they would be killed immediately without the protection of the plain crystal wall. Even immortal rank demons would not be able to last for too long. The benefits of this source energy are too great. If I can conquer other planes of hell, my evolution speed will be even faster. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. He finally understood why those overlord-ranked fiendish demons loved to fight so much. Conquering other planes of hell brought too many benefits. Refining a plane of hell would allow one's cultivation to improve by leaps and bounds. Slime. At that moment, already getting the golden slime jumped out of his sempiternal realm. It seemed to sense that the treasury contained many precious hell ores that would greatly benefit by one thing. It raised its head and looked at Xiaoping. Go ahead and eat whatever you want. He did not sense any thunder tribulation aura. He did not care about the many hell treasures in the treasury at all. In any case, simple. He would not be stingy with anything that was beneficial to the golden slime. In the original universe, these hell ores contained hell power of the universe and had a powerful corrosive effect and the on lightning tribulation could not descend. They were useless against the special life forms like the golden slime. Could it be that breaking through any in the hell world that entered the golden slime's stomach undergo the rapidly tribulation and Xiaoping's heart skipped a beat? If he ascended to the immortal realm was very excited, and immediately jumped over. To undergo the lightning tribulation, turned into a blob of liquid this is impossible. And surrounded the many ores in the treasury. The host soul was born in the universe. I need to enter seclusion for a while. Transcend and separate his soul from the river of destiny. And he must return to the original universe. Sudden surge in cultivation. If the host continues to stay in the hell world, it would cause his foundation to become unstable. 1 month later, the host will never be able to transcend. Xiaoping advanced to the late stage of the thunder tribulation and his lifespan will run out. It took him a month to completely if I want to consolidate his cultivation, I'll have to return to the original universe. With the surging power, Xiaoping understood magic power, his and soul was born in the original universe and integrate all and the had power. Merged with the river of destiny. He was much stronger than he was a month ago. If he wanted to transcend, every single one of his he would have to return to the original aura of agelessness. If he stayed in the hell world, he would not be able to reach the grand completion realm. Moreover, even if the host breaks through in the hell world, the power of the lightning tribulation will not disappear. Instead, it will continue to accumulate. When the host breaks through to the immortal rank, the power of the 2 lightning tribulations will be far beyond imagination. The system reminded, what? Xiaoping had thought that he would be able to avoid the lightning tribulation once. Unexpectedly, he still could not avoid it. The power of the lightning tribulation would continue to accumulate and erupt at the final moment. He could not even imagine how terrifying the power of the lightning tribulation would be when he broke through to the immortal rank. Looks like taking a shortcut is not beneficial. Xiaoping sighed. However, he had nothing to regret. It was just a lightning tribulation. He had lost count of how many times he had been struck by it. Even if the last lightning tribulation was incomparably powerful, he was not worried. Slime. At this time, the golden slime jumped out from the side and landed on Xiaoping's wrist. It turned into a bracelet again and wrapped around his right wrist. Waves of joy and excitement came from the depths of its heart, because the benefits it obtained this time were too great. It had devoured the majority of the hell ores, nether stones and other rare materials in the treasury. These were all the treasures of the Lord-ranked demons. Moreover, after a month of digesting, it had thoroughly mastered this power and made it its own. Its entire body was emitting golden light. Dense golden patterns appeared in the depths of its body. They seemed to form a huge and unfathomable array diagram. At the same time, its body also emitted waves of tyrannical sharpness. It was incomparably powerful. This kind of aura filled the surroundings. It seemed like it could advance at any time and reach the grand completion realm. It seems to be about to advance to the sacred tool level. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. He felt that the golden slime had almost reached the peerless grade spirit tool level. It was only one step away from advancing to the sacred tool level. In other words, it was the sage realm. He believed that once the golden slime advanced to the sacred tool level, its strength would definitely undergo an earth-shaking change. It would be several times more powerful than an ordinary sacred tool. However, it is still lacking something. Xiaoping felt that the golden slime had already reached the standard for advancement. It had accumulated enough energy. However, it was still lacking something to break through this bottleneck. Thinking of this, he wanted to ask the experienced and knowledgeable Corinne. He reckoned that it knew a little more. What? The golden slime is about to advance? Chapter 2106. Yes, it is about to evolve, but it is still lacking something to advance. Xiaoping said in a deep voice. By the way, I also heard from the old master that although the golden slime evolves quickly and has almost no bottlenecks, it still needs a special opportunity to devour special metals if it wants to break through. Corinne said, what kind of metal does it need to devour? Xiaoping asked. I'm not sure. Corinne shook his head. Because there are too few people who have golden slime, and each of them is a big shot. The secret of them evolving the golden slime into a sacred artifact will naturally not be leaked. It indicated that it did not know this secret, which was also one of the top secrets of the universe. In other words, there is no way to know the opportunity for the golden slime to evolve. Xiaoping frowned. That's not the case. Have you forgotten? You are a disciple of the Holy Land of Taichu, which is the highest temple of the human race. We don't know, but the Holy Land of Taichu definitely knows. Corinne smiled slightly. Indeed. Hearing this, Xiaoping's spirit was lifted. Such a secret was indeed top secret for ordinary people. Even the previous saints did not know this secret. But the Holy Land of Taichu was different. Basically, as long as one's level was high enough, they could know most of the top secret information. Thinking of this, he did not plan to stay in the power of the soul to attack the enemy. Returned to Yanhuang Planet through the Space Channel. It is because there was no way to connect to the universe's virtual cosmic grade in the infernal plane. Xiaoping also saw some special after returning to Yanhuang Planet. These could be the direction of the golden slime's evolution. To the universe. Each direction would give the golden slimes different abilities. Network of among the Holy Land of Taichu, the most precious and highest level of evolution about the golden slime was to fuse with the Mother Earth Stone. Sure enough, this was because the Mother Earth Stone had the information about the golden slime. This was not a top secret information able to contain the Holy Land of the human race. For example, life stones, soul stones, and anyone could inquire about it. Only those kinds of power of the Holy Land of Taichu and could
For
not be
others,
fused with
information
other ores.
that could not be
However,
obtained
the Mother
even if
Earth
they
Stone
tried
was different.
was just an
Even if the
anecdote
golden
in the
slime
holy land
devoured
of
the Mother
Taichu.
Earth Stone.
The gap was too
It
big
could still
to
fuse
promote
with other
the golden
types of
slime
ores
to the
and
sacred
obtain
artifact
countless
level.
abilities.
In addition
Such
to a
power
large
was
number of
naturally
precious
more
ores,
terrifying than other ores.
it also needs some
The
special
problem was that the Mother Earth
metals,
Stone was too
as the
precious.
key main material
It might
to
not appear
establish the
even once
direction
in a
of the
billion
golden
years.
slime's future
Even
evolution.
sages would covet it and
Xia Ping
desire
looked
to
at the
obtain
information on it.
In fact,
For example,
even though many
by
golden
fusing the
slimes
rare
had
material
appeared
of
in
history,
universe, the
none
Life
of them
Stone,
had ever
the
devoured
golden
the Mother
slime
Earth
can
Stone.
evolve into a
The
magic
information
treasure
regarding
with
the
powerful
Mother Earth
healing
Stone
abilities
was merely
fusing
the
with the
conjecture
object
of a
God's
certain
stone
human
would
race
allow the
sage.
golden slime.
It seems
to
that in
evolve
order
into
for
the
the grotto
golden
heaven
slime
level
to evolve,
magic treasure,
I will have
it
to
would be
obtain
able
the
to
Mother
carry a
Earth
real
Stone.
spatial world with
Xia
it,
Ping touched his
containing
chin.
the power of
Since
a grotto
the golden
heaven.
slime wanted
Fusing
to become
with the soul
stronger,
stone will allow
it
the golden
naturally had
slime
to
to
become
evolve
the
into a
strongest.
soul tool.
Devouring other ores would also allow it to evolve. However, he was still not satisfied. Although the Mother Earth Stone was extremely precious and might not appear even once in a billion years, and even sages would find it difficult to track its whereabouts, it was completely different for Xia Ping. He had the Compass of Wishes, which was a connate magic treasure. It could search for almost everything in the world. The ability of this magic treasure was truly powerful. This also gave him sufficient confidence to search for the Mother Earth Stone. Don't worry, little gold. I will help you evolve and become the strongest slime. Xia Ping clenched his fists. Slime. The golden slime cried out in excitement. However, it quickly quieted down. It was still digesting the hell, or that it had devoured. Only when its power reached its peak would it be able to break through in its best condition. Moreover, the hell ore was also extremely precious and difficult to digest. It would require a lot of time. One of the undying fruits seems to have ripened. At the thought of this, Xia Ping no longer cared about the golden slime's evolution. He recalled the world tree. This time, it had captured a total of 19 immortal demons as captives. With the huge amount of energy and nutrients provided by them, the world tree seemed to be able to produce one undying fruit every month. Although the speed was slow, it was still sustainable. In a year's time, he would be able to obtain at least 12 undying fruits. In 10 years' time, he would be able to obtain 120 undying fruits. God knows how many sages he would be able to produce. If he could capture even more immortal demons, he would be able to produce even more undying fruits. Although the undying fruits weren't that useful to him, it was different for the people around him. If anyone reached the lightning tribulation realm and consumed the undying fruits, they would be able to advance to the sage realm. By then, who knew how many sage-level existences would be by his side? Seems like if there's a chance, I'll have to conquer the other hellish planes. Xia Ping rubbed his chin. Flames of war could be seen in his eyes. However, it was still too early to talk about this. After all, he couldn't even find the other hellish planes, let alone start a war and kill the other immortal demons. However, Luna was still the leader of the fiery hell. She seemed to be excitedly searching for the other hellish planes, intending to start a war. With Luna in the fiery hell, she would probably discover the existence of the other hellish planes sooner or later. Right now, it was more important for him to find the Mother Earth Stone and let the golden slime evolve. Compass of Wishes. Chapter 2107. A few days later, in the southern universe. According to the instructions of the wish compass, Xiaoping took the stars and went directly to the area of the southern universe. He was surrounded by a boundless starry sky that was densely packed with stars. It looked very shocking. The Mother Earth stone is actually in the southern universe? I wonder where it is. Xiaoping was very curious. He originally thought that a treasure like the Mother Earth stone might only be found in the central universe, but now it seemed that he was thinking too much. Such a rare treasure could appear in any corner of the universe. It seems to be in the star field in front. As he got closer to the destination, the vibration of the wish compass became more and more intense. Xiaoping's divine sense could perceive that there seemed to be a strange and mysterious star field in the distance. Suddenly, Xiaoping passed by this place and immediately sensed that a black commercial spaceship had appeared in front of him. It seemed to be able to accommodate tens of thousands of people. But the situation of this spaceship was very bad. Because it was besieged by 5 or 6 pirate ships, it was riddled with holes and had nowhere to escape. Many of the passengers on the commercial spaceship seemed to be held hostage by these pirates. Originally, he didn't want to get involved in such things. After
Look at
all,
these guys,
similar
they're all
things
dressed in
happened all the
suits and
time in
leather
the
shoes.
universe. They must
Even
be
if he
very
wanted
rich.
to,
He
couldn't
couldn't manage
manage
it
them.
at all.
If they have
However,
money,
as
when his
their
divine
families
sense
penetrated
penetrated
the
if
spaceship,
they don't capture
he
them,
immediately
the
found
men
that
will
there
be
was a
used as
familiar
coolies,
aura on the
and
spaceship.
the women will be sold
Sume
as
and
slaves.
Xiaoxu were on
It
this
can be
spaceship.
considered a trade.
However,
As
it was very
expected of the
strange
boss,
that with their
he's
strength,
practically
they could
squeezing this
completely
group
kill
of
all
fat
these
sheep to
pirates.
death.
But they
Not
did not
letting
do
go
so.
of even the slightest
Instead,
bit of
they
profit.
pretended to be weak
If
women
we follow boss
and hid in the
we'll
crowd.
be able to eat and drink
Xiaoping
well.
touched his chin.
The other
He knew that
pirates
the
looked
two
at
of them
the
must be
passengers
planning
fiercely.
something. They not
So they
only
pretended
wanted
to
to
rob
be like
money,
this, but also
However,
did some kidnappings.
what he liked to do most
Obviously,
was to
they
destroy
were
other
very
people's
greedy
plans.
and wanted to eat everything.
He didn't know what
All the
Xiaoxu
passengers
and
on the
Sume's
spaceship were
expressions
scared
would
to
be
death
if they knew about
and
this.
their faces were pale.
Thinking of this,
They were
he
frightened to the
immediately
extreme.
controlled the stars
They didn't
to attack
expect
these
that they
pirate
would be
ships.
so unlucky
At
to
this
meet
moment,
pirates in this
on the
place.
black commercial
Some
spaceship,
people were even
the
scared
entire
to the point of
spaceship was
incontinence.
controlled by
Some
thousands
people
of
have been
pirates,
killed, and all the
because of their
passengers on
previous
the spaceship
resistance.
became
The
hostages.
captain and many
Each
guards
of the
on this
pirates
spaceship
was fierce
were
and
also
murderous,
subdued and couldn't
and
move.
there were scars on
Among
their
the
faces.
crowd,
Gaga,
Xiaoxu
your
and
spaceship
Sume
was
has been
hiding
hijacked
inside
by our fat
and
sheep
observing the
pirates.
surroundings
Don't
very
act
calmly.
rashly.
At
Don't
this
resist
moment,
stubbornly,
the two of
or
them
you will
had
all
changed
die.
their appearance
A
to that
pirate
of
leader
ordinary
shouted
women.
loudly, "Murderous."
Otherwise, according
That's
to their
right.
beauty, if you
They would
cooperate
definitely be
obediently
discovered
and let
and
your family
captured by the
redeem you,
pirates in the
then
first
you still
place.
have a chance to live.
What should we do?
If you dare to
Sume
fight
spoke
against
with
our fat
divine
sheep
sense.
pirates here,
The
you
plan is
will all
very
die.
smooth.
This
Another
ship
pirate
is really
said
targeted
coldly,
by the fat sheep
"Hee hee,
pirates.
our luck is really
Later,
too good.
We will
We
pretend
actually
to be
encountered
captured
such a
and
spaceship
follow
on our
them
way
into the
home.
nest of the 40
Isn't that
pirate
right?"
alliance. Xiaoxu said in a deep voice, and her eyes showed a glimmer of light. The so-called 40 Pirate Alliance is the famous 40 pirates of the southern universe. They formed a huge pirate alliance. They do all kinds of evil and have great power. It can be said that they are tyrannical in the southern universe, and no one dares to provoke them. Their strength is comparable to a large holy sect. Even this alliance has the support of a saint, and their nest can be regarded as a no-go zone. If one is not recognized by the 40 Pirate Alliance, they can't enter at all. Therefore, in order to enter the nest of the 40 Pirate Alliance, Xiaoxu and Sume pretended to be captured by the pirates and calmly infiltrated in silently. On the surface, this is a very risky plan, but according to their strength and plan, they believe that if they are careful, these pirates can't stop their actions at all. After all, even if this pirate alliance has the support of a saint can't casually take action. The real enemies are these notorious pirates at the bottom. Okay, then wait. I believe we will be able to go in soon. Sume nodded. She is skilled and bold. Even if there may be an accident, with the strength of the fat sheep pirates, they can't stop them from leaving. At this time, the attack of the stars came over, and a thick starlight blasted over, tearing the starry sky. Bang bang bang. The 6 pirate ships surrounding the black commercial spaceship were immediately pierced by the starlight, and the whole spaceship broke apart like fireworks. Suddenly, including the fat sheep pirates, Xiaoxu, Sume and others, they were stunned and had no idea what happened. "Boss, our ship was blown up?" A pirate stammered as he looked at the spaceships of his pirate group being smashed outside. He wanted to cry but had no tears. With a slap, the pirate leader slapped him and made him dizzy. "Shut up, don't I have fucking eyes? Can't I see it? Who is it? Which bastard is so wicked to blow up the spaceship of my fat sheep pirates? Do you know what force you have offended? I am a member of the 40 Pirate Alliance. Do you want to die?" He roared. He was so angry that his heart was dripping blood. This is 6 spaceships, a total of 6 spaceships. Each spaceship is equipped with powerful technological weapons. They are armed to the teeth and are priceless. They are their livelihood. They specialize in robbing, burning, killing, and plundering. But now it's gone in an instant. All of them have turned into fireworks. Chapter 2108. "Ah, come out, get out of here immediately. Which bastard is so hateful that he dared to blow up our spaceship? Do you want to die? Don't let us find you, or you will die. You will be chased by the Pirate Alliance until you die." Many fat sheep pirates shouted angrily and gnashed their teeth. They were shocked and angry. They are also in the same boat with the fat sheep pirates. Now their spaceship is gone and their home is gone. The most important thing is that all the treasures they left on the spaceship are gone. This is equivalent to killing their whole family. One can imagine their anger at the moment. They were also shocked and didn't know why such a thing happened. Because the detection system on their spaceship is very powerful. If other spaceships approach, it will definitely be detected by the system. But now there is no movement, and they don't know when the enemy appeared. Both Chioshu and Su-mei were stunned. They felt that this matter had become complicated. There might be a huge accident. How could someone appear at this time and blow up the pirate spaceship? Could it be that someone had done something righteous and heroic? Whiz! At this moment, a figure landed on the black commercial spaceship and a voice came out. "I did that thing just now. What do you think?" A young man in white appeared in front of many pirates. This was definitely a top powerhouse, but he changed his appearance. At this moment, no one knows him. Every passenger was ecstatic. It turned out to be you, pretty boy. Died. Go to hell. They were out of danger. Many pirates are very fierce. Would not be caught by these pirates. They don't talk nonsense with the enemy. They are not interested in asking about the origin of the enemy. They originally wanted to take the opportunity to sneak into the 40 Pirate Alliance. They took out their laser guns group of pirates and were about to shoot at the sudden appearance of this mysterious person. Some of the more powerful pirates took out their magic weapons. They can only use their magical powers to kill them all. Xiaoping didn't even look at them.
With
They
a
can
light
only
palm,
wait for the next
the whole
opportunity.
void trembled.
Whiz!
Boom!
All
Just
the
as they were
pirates present
thinking
were
about the
stunned.
next plan,
They felt an
a figure
irresistible
appeared in
force
front of
surging
them.
into their
It was
bodies
Xia Ping,
and descending
what?
from the void.
Qiuxiu and
Their
Su Mei
entire
were immediately
bodies seemed
shocked.
to be frozen.
They didn't know
and
why
the
this
surrounding
mysterious
void
powerhouse
still.
in front
They
of them
couldn't
would
move,
stare at them.
and even
They
their
suddenly
eyeballs
became
couldn't
a little
move.
nervous.
These pirates
Beauty,
didn't care about
are you
their
interested
strength.
in finding a
When
place
this
to get
power
to know each
penetrated
other?
into them,
I promise
it
that I will
produced a
only enter
destructive
your body,
wave, and
their
will
bodies
never
were
enter
all
your
smashed
life.
into pieces.
This will be a
In
wonderful
the next
experience.
second,
All the pirates were
Xia
dead.
Ping smiled
Not
slightly,
a single one was
and
left.
reached out to gently
They turned
lift
into a
Qiuxiu's
cloud of
smooth
blood
chin.
mist. Barrogue.
This,
Suddenly,
many of the
Qiuxiu was
passengers on the
angry.
spaceship
She
were
didn't care
dumbfounded.
about the difference
They
in
couldn't
strength
believe their
between
eyes.
the two sides.
As soon as
She
this
kicked
mysterious
fiercely,
person appeared,
which contained
with
a
just a
terrible
light
explosive
palm,
force,
all the
it
pirates
seemed
were
that
dead.
the spaceship
They
couldn't
didn't know
bear
what
it.
kind of terrifying power
Unfortunately,
this was.
when this kick
No,
landed
it wasn't
on
just
Xia Ping's
tyrannical
body,
power.
it was like
also
falling
used
into a
to the
swamp.
peak.
Reaching
All the
the
power
acme
was
of
devoured
perfection.
cleanly.
Only in
It
this
seemed
way
that
can
no
he
matter
kill
how
all the
powerful
pirates with
Qiuxiu
one
was,
palm. She
and they
couldn't
are
shake this
unscathed.
existence in front of her. How can this be? Only then did Qiuxiu realize how powerful this person in front of her was. After a series of fortuitous encounters, her cultivation had reached the golden elixir realm. Her body had condensed many magic arrays. Every move of hers contained the power to affect the qi of heaven and earth. Her soul was also strong enough to communicate with dimensions. With such strength, even in the universe, she couldn't be considered an ant. Especially among the mortals, she was definitely an elite expert. She couldn't be underestimated. But in front of this mysterious person in front of her, she couldn't do anything at all. One could imagine that the gap between the two sides was unimaginably big. At this time, Su Mei's heart moved. She seemed to have sensed something. The aura that Xia Ping leaked had triggered a mysterious energy in the depths of her body. Xia Ping, is it you? She used her divine sense, and her beautiful eyes stared at Xia Ping. Xia Ping. Qiuxiu's heart skipped a beat. She also heard Su Mei's divine sense transmission. She didn't know why she was getting more and more familiar with this person in front of her. Even though his appearance had changed and his body shape was different, his aura wouldn't change. In particular, they had cultivated the telepathy heart technique. There was a special connection between their minds. With a thought, she used the telepathy heart technique, and indeed resonated with the person in front of her. I've been discovered. I didn't expect to be exposed so quickly. Xia Ping regretfully said. It seemed like the telepathic heart technique had a great influence on him. It seemed like even the non-phase mask was unable to avoid this influence. This was a kind of mysterious force on the spiritual level, even more mysterious and unfathomable. It's really you, you bastard. Qiuxiu was even angrier. She was embarrassed and annoyed. She felt that she had been played by this bastard man in front of her. He actually dared to tease her in public. He was shameless to the extreme. At that moment, she wanted to bite him and eat him up. This isn't the place to talk. Let's go. Without waiting for Qiuxiu to make a move, Xia Ping grabbed Qiuxiu and Su Mei and instantly left the spaceship, returning to the myriad stars. The passengers on the black commercial spaceship looked at each other, not knowing what had happened. It seemed that this mysterious expert had taken the two women and left. Chapter 2109. On the Stars. Xiaoping quickly caught Qiuxiu and Sumei. The two of them looked at Xiaoping angrily, their faces flushed with anger, as if they wanted to beat him up. Tell me what's going on. Why are you two lying on the spaceship? What bad things are you up to? Xiaoping asked with a straight face. What do you mean by lying? Who can lie more than you? Sumei said disdainfully. Hehe, you're right. Who can do more bad things than you? Qiuxiu chuckled. Xiaoping was so thick-skinned that even a Star Destroyer cannon couldn't penetrate it. How could he be embarrassed by a few sarcastic words? He was very calm and proud of himself. After asking for a while, he finally knew the purpose of Sumei and Qiuxiu. It turned out that the two of them had once been on a green tree planet. With the help of a little girl, Ruth, they ended up obtaining a purple dragon emperor ginseng and had a huge fortuitous encounter. With the help of this 100,000-year-old peerless elixir, their cultivation levels advanced by leaps and bounds, all the way to the Golden Core realm. However, they didn't expect that not long after they left that planet, they would be attacked
According
by
to
a
the
group
Wish
of
Compass,
pirates called the
the
Black
Mother
Fox
Earth
Pirates.
Stone was most likely
Several
in the
cities
lair of the
and
40
countless
thieves.
villages were captured
If they wanted
and
to fight
enslaved.
for the Mother Earth
Among
Stone,
them was the little
they
girl
would
from the
definitely
Trant clan
clash
Ruth.
with the 40 great
After
bandits.
receiving the news,
Since that was the
Sumei
case,
and Qiuxiu were
it was not a
extremely big deal
anxious
to save the
and
little
immediately
girl,
chased
and
after
he
the
could
little
also
girl,
get two beautiful
trying to
women.
rescue her.
No matter how
After
he looked
all,
at it, Ruth
it
had
was
done
a
them a
good
great
thing to
favor.
kill two birds
However,
with one stone.
they didn't expect the
Bah!
Black Fox
Qiuxiu
Pirates
and
to be a
Sumei's famous
fat.
pirate
Their
group
pretty
in the
faces
southern
turned
universe.
red.
They
And
wanted
even
to
a
bite
member
this
of the
bad
40
egg,
Pirates
give
Alliance.
birth to 3 soccer
They had a
kids.
large number
What
of
did he
people
think they
were
were?
deeply rooted.
Even a sow wouldn't
and had
give
a
birth
deep
to so
background.
many.
Ordinary
Right,
people
I seem to
couldn't
remember
shake them.
something.
Even
Did you meet
ordinary
with my
people
sister
from
Suji
Saint level
before?
sex would
Last
find it
time when you met her,
difficult
her
to deal with the
expression
Pirate
seemed very
Alliance.
strange.
However,
As if she was restless.
they didn't want to deal with
Did
the
you do
entire
something to
Pirate
her?
Alliance.
Sumei
They just
looked
wanted
at
to rescue
Xiaoping
the
with
little
a
girl
slightly
Ruth.
dangerous
In
expression.
order to break into
That's
the nest
right.
of the 40
Jiang
Pirates
Yarou,
Alliance,
Nian Gongwu,
they had put in a lot of effort.
Also very strange.
They wanted to sneak
They
in as
always say
captives
some
and search for
inexplicable
Ruth's
things
whereabouts
from
without
time to
anyone
time.
knowing. They would
However,
be
they
absent-minded,
met Xiaoping
and their
before the
faces
plan
would turn
even
red.
started.
They even
Causing the
couldn't
plan
help
to
but
be
scold
aborted.
some bastard.
I see. It's
Could
to
it
see
be
that
that someone
you did something bad
It's very
to them?
simple. Just leave it
Qiuxiu
to me.
also narrowed her eyes
Xiaoping
as she
patted
thought of
his
this
chest.
matter.
You're
As a
willing
woman's
to help?
sixth sense,
Qiuxiu
she
asked
always
in surprise.
felt that this matter
It
was
wasn't
very
that
strange.
she didn't believe in
If you want to
Xiaoping's
take
strength,
both sisters
but
and
this
bully
guy
my
was
sister,
simply a bastard
then
who
don't
wouldn't
blame
get
me
up
for
early
being
without
impolite.
benefits.
You can
How
forget
could he
about
help
that
others
harmful
so
thing
easily?
on your body.
Of course I'm willing.
Sumei said through
It's nothing
clenched
much.
teeth.
But
Killing
there's
no
intent
such
leaked
thing
out
as a
from
free
between
lunch
her
in this
teeth.
world.
Xiaoping
After we
coughed
saved
a
that
little
Ruth
guilty,
or whatever it
he
is,
felt that it was
you're going
better
to give me
talk
3
about
soccer
saving
kids.
people.
A
Xiaoping
few
rolled
hours
his eyes
later,
and put
Xiaoping,
forward his own
Qiuxiu,
conditions.
and Sumei came
He
to
felt
an
that
agreement.
saving the little girl
They would
Ruth
save people
was just a matter of
unconditionally,
convenience, and this family matter would be put aside for the time being. After all, saving people was more important. Who knew what would happen to Ruth if they delayed it for a while? She might even be sold to another corner of the universe as a slave. At that time, in the vast universe, it would be very difficult to find her whereabouts. Whoosh! The stars were extremely fast. They immediately flew toward the star field, where the 40 Pirates Alliance was located. Xiaoping looked into the distance. In front of the stars, they had arrived at a mysterious star field nearby. He immediately sensed that there was a vast restrictive formation in the distance. It covered the void, and there was almost no gap. Any spaceship that tried to get close would be blocked. In the distant void, a huge invisible space barrier appeared. Ordinary power could not shake the power of this formation. Hell's golden crow eyes. Xiaoping's eyes penetrated the void, penetrated the space barrier, and directly saw the scene in the depths of this restrictive formation. There were a total of 30,000 planets inside. Each planet was distributed in a different location. They formed the nodes of the formation and provided endless energy for the formation. Each planet was filled with an intense fiendish aura. It seemed to communicate with the blood fiend dimension and condense the fiendish aura of heaven and earth. It was an extremely fiendish place. If an enemy barged in, they would immediately be ambushed and devoured by the formation. Even an immortal saint would be trapped in the formation and fall into a bitter battle. It seems that this so-called 40 Pirates Alliance has experts. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. It was no wonder that this pirate alliance could run amok to this day. They had an immortal saint supporting them, and it was not just one immortal saint. It seemed that the depths of this nest contained a huge secret an unfathomable killing intent. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. At this moment, thousands of pirate ships appeared nearby. Each pirate ship was extremely ferocious. They were armed to the teeth, and there were traces of damage everywhere. It was obvious that they had experienced countless battles. Pa! As if sensing the approaching pirate ships, a gap opened in the depths of the void. It was like a huge beast opening its mouth, and it was enough to accommodate many pirate ships. It's this place. Su Mei and Qiuxiu both became nervous. It was precisely because the security was so tight that they tried everything to enter, even taking a huge risk. Enter. Xiaping moved his thoughts and controlled the stars. The numerous stars immediately concealed their aura, compressed the size of their spaceship, and quietly followed behind these pirate ships, quietly entering. Chapter 2110. After entering the 40 Pirate Alliance's starfield, one of the spaceships belonged to the Banana Pirates. There was a yellow banana carved on the hull. It was quite famous in the One Piece world. Haha, we finally returned to the pirate starfield. This place is our paradise. That's right. As long as we can return to this place, no matter what bad things we do outside, those human sects and countries won't be able to send people to capture us. This place is simply heaven. As long as you have money, you can eat and drink well. Jia, we made a lot of money this time. After going back, we must enjoy ourselves. I have been coveting the beauties in that nightclub for a long time. It seems that there are beauties of all races. That's for sure. At this moment, they returned with a full load. They robbed a commercial spaceship and obtained a huge amount of treasure. Now they were holding a celebration on the spaceship. Every pirate was in high spirits. At this moment, a figure flashed, broke through the space, and directly entered the spaceship. Boom! Suddenly, ripples appeared in the space of the spaceship. This was a powerful spiritual fluctuation. An illusion world descended and enveloped the entire spaceship. Immediately, all the pirates fell into the illusion and were unable to extricate themselves. The person who appeared here was Xiaping. Is it over? With a whoosh, Qiuxiu and Su Mei jumped out of the void and arrived on the spaceship. Well, it's done. Now that they are under my illusion, they are already my puppets. First of all, I can ask them anything I want. Is known as the 40 Pirate Alliance. Confidently. In fact, after advancing to the gathering stage of the Thunder Retribution realm, in the South Universe, his spiritual power not only are there the 40 Pirate Alliance, illusion realm, but there are also countless pirates passing off the fake as the real thing. Small pirates not who are protected by the 40 Pirate Alliance. Even the immortal saints can be said may not be able to resist his paradise for pirates. The reason why he controlled these pirates is that he is not familiar. No matter what crimes are committed outside of this starfield, no one will pursue them to avoid unnecessary trouble. Moreover, it was very easy to join the 40 Pirates Alliance spaceship,
One only
and learned
needed to
various
become a member
information
and
about this
register.
starfield from
They
them.
seemed to be thirsty
Thinking
for
of this,
talent,
he waved
and
his
didn't
hand
care
and
about
said,
the quality of
"Who
their
is the leader of
subordinates.
this ship?"
This has also
"I am
led
the
to
captain
the
of this
pirate
pirate ship,
territory
Letty."
being a
At
mix
this
of
time,
crooks and
a
honest
middle-aged
people,
man in a
with
suit
all
walked
kinds
over.
of criminals.
He had blonde hair
However,
and blue eyes.
if they weren't from
There
the
was a
40
scar
Great
on his
Bandit
face.
Alliance,
He held a
they would
cane in his
definitely
hand
be hunted down
and had a
once they
fierce look
entered.
on his face.
There would be no place
But at
to
this
hide.
moment, his eyes
What about
were
the
filled
Black
with
Fox
confusion.
pirates? Who are
He
they?
had completely fallen
Chioshu
into the
asked
illusion,
immediately,
treating
the Black
Xiao Ping
Fox
as the
pirates
closest
can be
person
regarded
to
as
him.
one of the three
Very
strongest
well.
pirate groups
Tell me about
in
the
the 40
specific
pirate
situation
alliance.
of this pirate starfield.
Speaking of this,
Captain Letty
asked,
showed a look of
after
worship.
a while,
They
from
have
Captain
many strong
Letty's mouth.
subordinates.
They also
A total
learned a
of
little
100,000
information about the
spaceships,
pirate starfield,
almost across the entire South universe. And even other regions of the universe have their branches. And their main business is the slave trade. Ordinary pirates only rob spaceships, but they are different. They directly rob the entire planet, burning, killing, and looting. I don't know how many human countries have been killed by the Black Fox pirates. He said that the Black Fox pirates are very cruel and have the strength to compete with a human country. They killed one planet after another and don't know how many people died in their hands. It can be said that the Black Fox pirates can be regarded as the largest slave trading organization in the South universe. They have monopoly privileges and are inextricably linked to the major forces in the South universe. This is a super pirate organization that countless pirates are eager to join. Where is the headquarters of the Black Fox pirates? Where do they usually put the slaves they captured? Sume narrowed her eyes and asked. On the pirate planet, Captain Letty said in a deep voice. This is the largest planet in the pirate starfield, and it is also the center of business and political power. In fact, it is not only the Black Fox pirates. The headquarters of the 40 pirate groups are on this planet. There are many powerful people and pirates. As for the other planets, they are just small pirate groups. Young Mao Injian. As for where they put the slaves they captured, it is actually a well-known thing. They are generally placed in the slave arena, where the slaves of their respective powerful races can fight bloody battles. At the same time, they can also trade all kinds of slave girls. Many slave merchants from all over the universe will come to the slave arena to trade. He showed a trace of envy, as if living on the pirate planet is an incomparably glorious thing. But Xia Ping can hear that it is obviously not only pirates who can enter and leave this place, but also dark merchants from all over the universe. They are all doing some shameful business. After all, these pirates must find a channel to sell the things they robbed. This is the so-called selling stolen goods. So it is natural for them to collude with the powerful people from all over the universe. Then can you enter the pirate planet? Chioshu asked. Of course, there is no problem. All of us pirates can go to the pirate planet to spend money and trade. The problem is that the place is too expensive. Accommodation, food, and so on are very expensive. It is not a place that we small pirates can stay for a long time. Captain Letty said helplessly. At most, we can stay for a few days, and then we will go bankrupt. This is the cruelty of the world of pirates. If you have no money, you will be very miserable wherever you go. Very well, then we are a member of the Banana Pirates, and we are one of the top members, and I am your real master behind the scenes. Xia Ping decided to pretend to be one of the members of the Banana Pirates and sneak into the pirate planet to find the girl Ruth. Yes, master. Chapter 2111. Pirate Planet. Slave Arena, Black Fox Pirates headquarters in a huge cage. He saw that there were many slaves and women imprisoned around the cages. They came from different races and were densely packed together. The number of people had already exceeded 100,000. This was simply a huge slave market. These young female slaves were tied with shackles, chains, slave collars, and so on, so they couldn't run away. Even if they ran away, they could immediately detonate the slave collars, blowing up the young female slaves, leaving nothing behind. It's over, it's all over, we were caught by the notorious Black Fox pirates, we can't run away. We will be sold all over the universe. No one will be able to find us again. Yes, we will be put on the auction stage. Those rich people in the universe will auction below. But isn't slavery abolished long ago? How dare these bastards do such a thing? They are pirates. They dare not do anything. They simply do all kinds of evil. Is there no one who can control them? It's useless. They have run amok in the universe for many years. Even human countries can't do anything to them. It is said that they have a saint behind them. They are so unscrupulous. Many slaves were frightened and extremely uneasy. Some even hugged each other. It seems that only this can temporarily relieve their inner uneasiness. How could this be? I just saw a recruitment notice on the network. The surrounding prison saying guards that I can become a big star and saluted. I didn't expect to become a slave. Keep an eye on them. Let me out. These young slave girls will be auctioned tonight. She was born in a humble family. At that time, she wanted to find high officials and nobles to make up for her family. The universe, auctioning them on the internet. To come to the interview place. Don't let them get hurt. And don't let them commit suicide or harm themselves. It's useless. They are pirates. Otherwise, it will lower the price of these goods. My brother and my parents big shots and even my grandfather. Do you understand? I can't live under the same sky with them. The fat pirate reminded. A young woman clenched very serious. She has a blood feud with the Black Fox pirates. If any guy dares to mess around pirates, I will immediately never let them go. Hallucinogen into them. How could this be? At that time, I'm worthless. They won't be able to move. I'm not worth anything at all. The jailer laughed. Hurry up and let us go. The so-called hallucinogen. Otherwise, the police will not let you go. With a strong effect. You devils. Once it is injected, girls cried out in grief. These young slave girls will not be able to move living in a even if they have a strong will to resist. But it was because of the appearance of the Black Fox pirates that everything was destroyed. How is the young Trant girl Ruth? If you dare to utter another word, there is a big man who likes her. A jailer shouted with a murderous look in his eyes. A very precious race. It was obvious that he was a ruthless killer. The fat supervisor scared all the slaves and young women. Don't worry, supervisor. TSK, I have already arranged for the young Trant girl. These slaves are high quality goods. It is strange that she is very calm goods that can be sold for a high price. Young slave girls. You can't treat them so roughly. Said with a little doubt. Next to him, it's nothing strange. Pirate with big ears. It's good that she didn't yell. Gold necklace around her neck. Has any tricks up her sleeves. In short, pair of small eyes flashed with the light of a Japanese merchant. The fat supervisor was too lazy to care so much. All he cared about was business. Yes, supervisor. The jailer nodded, and then the supervisor left. In the deepest part of the cage, a young Trant girl was sitting quietly in the corner. She had emerald green hair, very fluffy. She seemed to be 12 or 13 years old, and she was wearing black steel shackles. Sister. The young Trant girl squeezed her fist. She was not as calm as she looked on the surface. After all, she was only about 13 years old. Her family was destroyed and she was captured as a slave. It was impossible for her to calm down. Only the amber necklace in her hand seemed to give her a trace of courage. Lord God seems to be here. Suddenly, the Trant young woman raised her head. She seemed to have sensed something, and was very happy. Her emerald green hair trembled and fluttered in the air, blossoming with bursts of green light, and exuding endless vitality. Suddenly, all the injuries on her body healed, and an infinite power poured out of her. At the moment on the other side, the banana pirate ship soon arrived on the planet, and came to the port. They saw a dense number of pirates around the port. All of them were fierce and exuding a murderous aura. Obviously, they are all murderous people. They are all wanted criminals in the universe. If someone sweeps here with a gun, it is guaranteed that no one who dies is innocent. Master, this is the pirate planet. As for the slave arena, it is not far ahead. Captain Letty said respectfully to Xia Ping. Very good, you go ahead, I will go by myself. Xia Ping waved his hand and let Letty leave. Since they have come to the pirate planet, Letty is useless. Yes. The surrounding group of pirates quickly left. Ha! Xia Ping's heart moved. Suddenly, The world tree in the depths of his sea of consciousness shook. It seems that a wisp of aura has triggered the power of the world tree. It seems that something in this place is attracting it. What's wrong? Qiuxiu and Sumei saw that Xiaoping's expression was a little wrong. Nothing, I just have a special feeling about this planet. Xiaoping narrowed his eyes. Let's go to the slave arena. Chapter 2112. It didn't take long for Xiaoping, Sumei, and Autumn Snow to come near the slave arena. It was a slave trading market, and it was magnificent everywhere. However, this place was heavily guarded, and there was a powerful defense system installed in the surroundings. There were also a large number of guards with guns in their hands, and they looked like fiends. It seems that there are not many people who can enter this place. Stop, you guys, what are you doing here? Don't you know that outsiders are not allowed to enter? Immediately, a few pirate soldiers in front of them shouted and stopped Xiaoping and others from approaching. Isn't there a slave trade here? We are here to buy slaves. Xiaoping asked. Buy slaves? Which pirate group are you from? You can't eat the grapes and say that the grapes are sour. Like you low-level soldiers, the banana pirates joined the big pirates. That the poor and despicable pirate group at the bottom all your life. The pirate soldier showed a disgusted look. Do you want to change your job? And waved his hand. For example, be my doorkeeper. You want to buy slaves with your poor appearance? I can double your salary. Don't joke around. Xiaoping was arrogant. Don't you know that this is a high-class place? We are not selling ordinary slaves. The surrounding pirate soldiers were so angry that their faces turned green. Hurry up and get out of here. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. He has a few stinky money, looks down on these third-rate pirates. He actually began to show off in front of them. In this Starfield, he even wants to hire them to guard the door. Gangsters. It's really outrageous. They are at the bottom of the hierarchy. They can't wait to rush up and beat this kid. They have no money except for eating and drinking. But the Black Fox pirates money is not a problem. They don't dare to casually make a move, but I have too much money. Violate the rules. I'm afraid I can't be severely punished. Xiaoping stood with his hands behind his back. Xiaoping didn't look at the reaction of these pirates, and directly walked in with Qiuxiu and Sumei. Looking like a took out a small bag of crystal fragrant rice from his body. Damn, this banana pirate's bastard is too arrogant. It's really annoying. The air exuded a rich fragrance of spirit rice and robbed a rich man. Shocked the pirate soldier. He became rich overnight. What? This actually showed off in front of us spirit rice and asked us to guard the door. Even a small bag is worth a lot of money. At least millions
a man's
of
wealth
universe
is his own
coins.
ruin.
Where did you
This
get
brat
it?
is dead for
Did
sure.
you rob a child
I'll
of
rob
a big
him later
family?
and take away all
Seeing
his
this
goods.
bag of spirit
Let's
rice,
see if he can still
the
be so
pirate
arrogant
soldier's
then.
eyes almost popped
That's
out.
a good idea.
And he couldn't
Once
wait to
he is
grab
alone,
it
we will
and
rob
take it
him.
for himself.
Anyway,
because
just
it wasn't
a small
as simple
member
as
of
the
rice.
banana pirates.
It was the highest grade of
spiritual rice.
CK me as a coward.
Every grain was worth a
Several
fortune,
Black Fox
and
pirate
that was
soldiers
money.
next to him
You don't
showed
have
a
to worry
sinister
about
smile.
that.
They
I have a
planned
lot
to
of
rob
spirit rice
Xiaoping
like
later.
this. They
It's
wanted
more
to
than
take
enough to
advantage
buy
of
8
him.
or 10
At
beautiful
this moment,
female slaves.
Xiaoping, Xiaoshu,
Xiaoping
and
took
Sume
back
walked
the
into the
spirit
slave
rice,
market,
looking like
they
he was
saw
rich
that this
and
market is
overbearing.
extremely huge.
Lucky bastard.
It covers an
Go
area
in.
like a forbidden
The
city.
nearby pirate soldiers
Steel
were
cages
so
are
jealous
built everywhere.
that their intestines
Inside
turned
the
green.
cages are
They knew
slaves
that
who have
this
been
bastard
captured
must
from
have been
all
lucky
over the
enough
universe
to rob a child of
These
a big
slaves
family.
are all tied with
Otherwise,
handcuffs and shackles.
how could he get so
Their
much
clothes
precious
are ragged,
spirit rice
and they look
and suddenly
dispirited.
make a huge
There are
windfall?
spacious roads
Since
between
they
the
knew that
cages
the other
for
party
guests
was
to choose
rich,
slaves.
they could not
It's like
stop
entering
this
a
guy
zoo
from
and you can
entering.
see both sides.
So they could only let him
It had
go.
to be said that the business in this place was very good. Many slave traders from all over the universe appeared in this place to bargain with the Black Fox pirates. At this time, a middle-aged fat man with a big belly and a gold chain around his neck came in front of him. He was followed by 3 men and went straight to Xiaoping. You are a member of the Banana Pirates. Do you have crystal rice on you? Is this true or false? How much do you have? The middle-aged fat man went straight to the point. He got the information from his men and immediately rushed over. So much that you can't eat it. Xiaoping said with a smile. Brother, you must be joking. You don't know how powerful our Black Fox pirates are. We can eat as much as we want. The middle-aged fat man said proudly. Obviously, he is very confident in the financial resources of the Black Fox pirates. I won't talk nonsense with you. Xiaoping waved his hand. I'm here just to buy some special slaves. I don't know if you have any. The price is not a problem at all. Special slaves? What special slaves do you want? There are slaves from all major races in the universe. I'm afraid you don't have enough money. The middle-aged fat man's eyes turned and revealed a glimmer of light. Not enough. Is this enough? With a snap, Xiaoping waved his hand and immediately took out a large bag of crystal rice from his body and smashed it on the ground. The dust splashed on the ground, at least hundreds of kilograms. What? The eyes of the surrounding pirates were green. Just a small bag of crystal rice was worth millions of universe coins. Now there is a big bag, hundreds of kilograms. How much is it worth? It is simply unimaginable. Interesting, it seems that you really came prepared. Tell me, what slaves do you want? Chapter 2113. Treant Slave. I got the news that you caught a treant here, so I want to buy her. Xiaoping said straightforwardly. You are well informed, we just caught a treant slave. How do you know? The middle-aged fat man was surprised. He didn't expect his internal information to be leaked out. It was incredible that a small banana pirates knew about it. Qiuxiu and Sume suddenly felt nervous and looked at each other. Ruth is really here. But it's not necessarily. It may be another treant. They can't be happy for the time being. They still tried to hide their emotions. Snakes have their own ways, and rats have their own ways. It's not a big deal to know some information. With money, you can buy any information. Xiaoping said carelessly. Just tell me, how much does it cost to buy that treant tribe slave? This is a big deal. We can't talk about it here. Let's go to the VIP room to talk. The middle-aged fat man made an inviting gesture. Okay. Xiaoping nodded and followed the middle-aged fat man in front of him, all the way to the deepest part of the market. Many of the Black Fox pirates present were short of breath, VIP room, and their eyes were red. The noise around them seemed that they couldn't believe what they saw. They were the only ones left around, and the Black Fox was too scary. To be honest, this was not impossible for you to buy the treant slave. Who knew how many were planted in the space of the mountain and river pearl? That is, the treant slave is favored by a big man. The fat middle-aged man's eyes revealed a greedy glint. Tonight. His breathing quickened as he said. The middle-aged fat man's eyes turned and said, old frigid ice Just tell me, how much do you need? Then it's more than enough to buy a treant saw at a glance that the fat man wanted to raise the price. I need to appraise it to see if it's real. Well, the price doesn't matter. That's not a problem. It depends on your sincerity. Xiaoping handed over the elixir. If your sincerity is enough, the fat middle-aged man took it such a big and looked at it carefully and give up the reputation immediately we have accumulated over the years. Yes. This is indeed 100,000 years old frigid ice grass. He kicked the ball back, but it's stolen goods. He refused to tell the real price. It was stolen from the treasure house of the Black Fox pirates. I have seen a lot of greedy people, but I have never seen someone as greedy as you. We lost a lot of treasures in the treasure house of the Black Fox pirates. Do you think such a 100,000-year-old elixir is enough? And this 100,000 years old frigid ice grass. He took out a 100,000-year-old elixir. I didn't expect you to come to us in person today. Suddenly the depths of the void were filled with a bone-penetrating chill. Now that you are caught red-handed, it seemed that the ground was frozen. I want to see what else you can say. What? Immediately take it down for me. He yelled and stared at Xiaoping with a murderous look. The power of the nine heavens. Stolen goods. Consuming it will immediately increase one's magic power by your Black Fox thousand years. Do you want to rob us? It's a peerless spirit. Do you want to lose all the credibility of the Black Fox pirates? Covet. Qiuxiu scolded. Truly priceless. She didn't expect this group of pirates to be so lawless. I have only seen 100,000-year-old spiritual herbs. They don't want to give the slaves. No one would sell. And they even want to swallow trade them in the real world. I advise you not to act rashly. There was once a person who was willing to look at the commercial planet to exchange something that for a 100,000-year-old spirit coldly, but he was unable to exchange for it. Don't act rashly. The value is just that shocking. Hearing this, a pirate suddenly laughed. Who do you think you are? 2 or 3 people, a small role in a third-rate pirate group. You dare to threaten us? Have you measured your own strength? What a joke. Can't you see the current situation? Don't do something that you will regret. Even if we kill you, who would dare to say anything to the Black Fox pirates? That's right. Even if we kill you, I guarantee that your captain won't even dare to fart. Many members of the Black Fox pirates laughed, as if they were watching a few jokes. They were fearless and unscrupulous. They didn't care about the thoughts of Xiaoping and others at all. Don't talk nonsense. Immediately arrest these 3 little thieves. Torture them, and force them to tell us where the stolen goods are. The middle-aged fat man ordered his men to capture all 3 of them. The reason why he took the 3 of them into the VIP room before was not to trade with them. He was just worried that there would be too many guests outside. If he forced them, it would cause adverse effects and destroy the reputation of the Black Fox pirates. However, it was different in the VIP lounge. There were few people around. If they were to make a move here, no one would be able to help them. This group of people could only let them do whatever they wanted. As soon as his voice fell, Xiaoping made a move and gently pointed. Dong! Suddenly, the middle-aged fat man's chest was pierced and his heart was crushed. A large amount of blood flowed out and dyed the ground red. I'm dead. You damn bitch, you dare to kill me? You dared to kill me in the base camp of the Black Fox pirates. The middle-aged fatty was dumbfounded. He simply didn't dare to imagine that this damned third-rate slut would actually dare to attack him, explode his heart with a single move, and kill him on the spot. A strong pain quickly spread throughout his body. I don't dare to kill you? Who do you think you are? Your captain is here. If I want to kill you, do I still need to discuss with you? You want to learn from others? You don't know what kind of virtue you have. Xia Ping gently waved his hand, and with a bang, the middle-aged fat man's body was immediately torn apart and completely shattered. Chapter 21:14. In the arena. For a time, all the pirates in the slave arena heard the alarm and quickly rushed over. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In less than a minute, powerful pirates appeared nearby. They were all high-level members of the Black Fox Pirates. They quickly rushed over to see what was going on. They're all masters. Su Mei and Qiushu's faces were solemn. They could sense that the newcomers were very powerful. They were at least in the golden elixir realm, and had condensed powerful spells. Moreover, each of them seemed to contain a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood, as well as a boundless killing intent. It could be imagined that they were all extremely cruel and murderous. Damn it, who is it? How dare they kill people in the territory of the Black Fox Pirates? Surrender immediately, and kneel down to beg for mercy. Otherwise, I'll kill your entire family and your entire clan. Attack! Capture this guy. I want him to be stuck between life and death. One by one, the Senior G Division of the Black Fox Pirates rushed over, fierce and fast as thunder. When they came to the VIP
He had already
room and
reached
saw
the
martial
Xiaoping,
arts realm
Qiushu,
of the human
and Su Mei
clans all
standing
mighty
there.
However,
They immediately
this
knew
was
that
the
these
first
three
time
must
they
be
had
the
seen
culprits.
Xiaoping in action.
They didn't say
They
anything
did not
and
expect
attacked him
him to
to
be so
spot.
powerful.
Boom.
Even in
Suddenly,
the universe, the entire
such
arena
strength
shook
could be
as if there was
considered
a
a
super
tyrannical
earthquake.
existence.
All the chi of heaven and
triggered
earth
the
swept
world
over,
tree seems to be
forming
underground.
a terrible storm that
Xiaoping
covered the
moved
sky
his mind
and covered
and
the
stepped
earth.
on the ground.
One terrifying
Thump, thump,
divine
thump.
ability after another blasted over, interweaving with each other. Like a meteor shower, they blasted towards Xiaoping and the other two, causing all the energy in the world to explode. They didn't have any intention of holding back at all. Their attacks were fatal. Insignificant tricks. Who gave you the courage to attack me? Xiaoping sighed. If it was a few years ago, these people could still pose a threat to him. But now they were nothing more than ants. He took a deep breath and blew it out. Rumble. Suddenly, the sky and earth shook and the stars fell. It seemed to have formed an apocalyptic storm. The wind whistled and every airflow formed a terrible wind blade, cutting the space. Bang! 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 In an instant, all the divine ability formations shattered and turned into a ball of vital energy. Dozens of Senior G Division members of the Black Fox Pirates, who came from afar, showed a horrified expression. Their bodies immediately collapsed inch by inch, and all of them exploded. They couldn't even resist for a second. Even the huge buildings in the distance were destroyed, all collapsing and turning into rubble. The ground seemed to have countless shocking cracks that were several kilometers long. These were all traces left behind by the wind blades. It was as if a massive earthquake had occurred, destroying everything in its path. Too strong. Qiuxue and Sumei were both dumbfounded. They also knew that Xiaoping's current strength was not what it used to be. Chapter 21:15. Such an intense battle and strong energy fluctuations swept through the entire pirate planet, alarming the 40 pirate lords. All the pirates knew about this matter. Omega Delta. Omega. My God, what the hell happened? It seems that there is chaos in the slave arena, and an intruder came in to make trouble. What? Slave arena? Isn't that the headquarters of the Black Fox Pirates? If a mortal were to approach him, restrictions they would be burned to death. Someone dares to make trouble in that place. This was the eternal and inextinguishable ether. It's not that the dragon doesn't cross the river. Could not get close. That invader is extremely tyrannical at. And many of the Black Fox Pirates senior G division were to wipe out this group of prison guards was like using a butcher's knife to kill. Who the hell dares to make trouble in our 40 pirate alliance? Xiaoping's figure flashed. I don't know. And arrived at the deepest part of the cage. This incident alarmed the elders of the pirate planet. With emerald green hair and prison here. And want to punish this abominable and peaceful aura of life, and give him an unforgettable inextricably linked on the to pirate the world planet. Tree. Countless pirates were talking about runes appeared on her skin. They were also shocked, containing a powerful life force. Years have passed. It was as if she was not a human, has been quiet, but a towering tree, and no one has ever dared to come here. Now there are people who dared to kill people in the territory of the Black Fox Pirates. Ruth, this is simply a slap in the face of the Black Fox Pirates, shouted with a very excited expression. They recognize this young woman, and this will also make them the public enemy of all pirates. To rescue this time. For a time, Sister Qiuxiu, all the pirates moved and sent countless masters to come back to save me. Because now it is not only a matter of the Black Fox Pirates, Qiuxiu and Sumei, but also a matter of the face of all the pirates in the 40 pirate alliance. Lord God, what's a God Master in the underground? Could it be this bad guy? Who is it? Qiuxiu pointed at Xiaoping. Do you know that this is an important prison of the Black Fox Pirates? But he has the aura of Lord God. Are you not afraid of God of our tree clan? Are you not afraid of being chased by the Black Fox Pirates? The young woman, the intruder, stopped immediately. Her expression very respectful and sincere. Do you know how fierce the Black Fox Pirates are? Qiuxiu and Sumei were both confused, seeing Xiaoping coming down. Was talking about. Many of the Black Fox Pirates jailers who were staying in the underground cage were alarmed. Wait until later. They were frightened. There are a lot of enemies coming. Intruder with weapons in their hands. Made a move. They are fierce in appearance, the whole cowardly in heart, warning the chains, shackles, and slave collars on Ruth's body were completely shattered. Boom! And she regained her freedom. Of all the prison guards, but he also knew what Ruth meant. A ball of flame. Maybe she was talking about the inside out of their bodies. And immediately turned into a huge tree is indeed the source of all plant life. They were burned to ashes. The ancestor of plant life. They didn't even have the chance to scream clan before they were burned to death to the world tree. This was the terror of awakening. It is even possible that the tree clan has mastered the key to the growth of the world tree. Just a glance was enough to trigger the power of void flames. They are all innocent. Set the enemy on fire. Ruth pointed to some of the imprisoned slave girls nearby. The blood energy in his body would probably reach an unimaginable level. All of them showed their desire. Instead of staying here and being sold by pirates, It is better to be rescued by this powerful human in front of them. They are all eager to restore their freedom. If they are sold to all parts of the universe, they will really be finished, and they will live a life worse than death. Save them. Xiaoping touched his chin, thinking about the gains and losses of this matter. At this time, the voice of the green ox came. Master, now the space of the mountain river pearl has expanded a lot, adding a lot of fields and farmland. We need a lot of manpower. Maybe these slaves can be used as manpower. It wants to fill some manpower and reduce its workload. Yes, this idea is good. I like these slaves. Xiaoping felt that he can catch a bunch of coolies. Boom! Thinking of this, he slapped the whole underground cage, and the shackles, slave collars, and other things that bound the freedom of the slaves were all shattered. He used his power to the peak, and it was superb. Walala, Xiaoping grabbed again, and a huge black hole portal appeared in the depths of the void. And suddenly all the slaves were sucked in by the portal, and fell into the space of the mountain river pearl. One by one, the slaves screamed, but there was nothing they could do. You guys go in too. Xiaoping also threw Qiuxiu, Sumei and Ruth in. After all, this place has the support of a saint. If there is a real battle, they will not be able to withstand the shock. Chapter 21:16. There seems to be a treasure house in front. Look. Small? After capturing all the young female slaves, Xiaoping's spiritual awareness penetrated every corner nearby, and immediately perceived that there was a huge treasure house not far ahead. Presumably, this must be the place where the Black Fox pirates hide their treasures. Such a super pirate group, that has been in the universe for many years, must have plundered an amazing amount of treasures every year. It was impossible for him to miss out on such a benefit. Whiz! Xiaoping's figure flashed and immediately approached the treasure house. He found that there were a lot of Black Fox pirate soldiers near the treasure house. They also found Xiaoping at once. Damn, the enemy is coming. Kill him, we can't let him get close to our treasure house. Elder, immediately informed the elders to come over. The treasure house can't be lost. Many pirates shouted loudly. They didn't expect that after this fierce dragon destroyed the slave cage, he was so bold that he came to the treasure house of their pirate group. This is simply a plan to unite with their Black Fox pirates. Treasury was made with black crystal. Bastard, purple you dare silver, to break into the treasure gold, house of my Black Fox pirates and other materials. You are dreaming, die for me. It was incomparably in the blink sturdy, of an eye, and there were also many restrictive arrays out of the treasure house on it. Their
Even a
strength
thunder
had reached the
tribulation
thunder
realm
retribution
expert
realm.
wouldn't be able to penetrate
and fiendish.
Unfortunately,
Flying over
it was useless to him.
The
Golden
strength of these
Crowfire.
3 elders was not
Xiaoping gently
inferior to
slapped
that
his
of an
palm
elder
over.
from a sacred
His entire
sect.
palm turned
Generally
into a dark
speaking,
golden flame.
with such a top
It burned
powerhouse
fiercely
guarding the
and
treasure
slapped the
house.
wall.
It is
Immediately,
absolutely foolproof.
The wall melted
From
at a
this
speed
point,
visible to the
it can
naked
be seen
eye.
how much the
Even
Black
the famous
Fox pirates
precious
value
metals
this
in the
treasure
universe
house
couldn't
It is
withstand the
definitely the
temperature and
lifeblood of the
scorching
Black
heat
Fox
of the
pirates.
hell golden crow
Get
fire.
lost. They melted
Xiaoping
one after
didn't
another,
even look at them,
burning
as he
through
slapped
a cave
out
with
the
his
size of a
palm.
person.
With a loud
All
bang,
the restrictive
the
arrays
3
were
black-robed
shattered
old men
and turned
immediately
into
let out
nothingness.
miserable screams.
So many treasures,
All of their divine
Xiaoping
abilities
stepped
and
into the
spells were
treasury.
shattered into
The
pieces.
first thing he saw was
Even
that
their
this
bodies
treasury
were
was
slapped
filled
like
with
flies.
top-notch spirit
They
stones.
flew out and slammed
Everywhere
into the
was
wall
filled
of the
with
treasure
rich
heaven
house.
and earth
They were
spiritual
immediately
chi.
smashed
This
into
was an
pieces.
extremely pure
They
energy.
couldn't even resist
With
for a
so
second.
many spirit stones
current
piled up,
Xiaoping
it was like
was
a
not
mountain.
someone that
If
these
outsiders
thunder
saw this,
tribulation realm
they would
cultivators
definitely be
could
scared to
resist.
death.
Just
It
his
was
brute
unknown
force
how
alone
many
could kill a
universe
thunder
dollars these
tribulation
spirit
realm
stones were
expert
worth.
on the spot.
He turned to
and
look.
turned him into a
In
paste.
another place, there was a
Monster,
large
this
number
is a
of
monster.
universe rare ores,
Run.
such
We're
as
no match
10
for him.
millennia cold iron,
We're not his
black
match.
crystal,
Seeing
purple
that the
silver,
3 elders were killed with a
adamantine,
single slap,
white brilliant steel,
all the Black
earth
Fox
crystal,
pirate soldiers
azure
were
falling
scared to
stone.
death.
They
CC
immediately
jade
dropped
and
their
so on.
weapons.
They were
and
all
did not
extremely
dare to
rare
stay in the
ores.
same place.
Any one of
and
them
quickly
could be
fled.
used to refine
After a
peerless
while,
spirit weapons.
all the pirates in this
piled
place
up
ran
together.
away. They emitted
This
a rich
treasure
aura
trove
of
has
Hengine.
used some pretty good
It was as
materials.
if countless sword
Xiaoping
auras were
narrowed his
buzzing and
eyes.
cutting through space. Sensing these ores, the H-gold slime seemed to be very excited and transmitted a joyful emotion. In addition to these precious ores, there were also a large number of spirit Y, such as Winterthorn Sea, Icecap Sea, Nightmare Vine, Earthroot Sea, Graveyard Moss, Tai Sea, Peacebloom Sea, Mountain Rat Sea, Ghost Mushroom, and so on. They were all relatively precious spirit Y. Although their age was not very high, there were many varieties. If they were cultivated by the Green Bull, they would definitely be able to produce many more 100,000-year-old spirit Y. Perhaps even a good holy Y could be cultivated among them. As for pill Y treasures and the like, there was no need to even mention them. They simply filled up the entire warehouse. Everywhere was filled with pill Y's aura and the glow of treasures. By rough estimation, these treasures added up to trillions of universe credits. Mine, all of them are mine. Xiaoping was very excited and plundered without restraint. He stored all these treasures into the space of his pearl of mountains and rivers, leaving not a single thing behind. In just a few minutes, the entire treasure vault was
used to
emptied
build
by
this
him.
treasure vault
Not
are
even a
also
scrap
very
of
good.
paper was left
I'll
behind.
melt them all and take them away.
Xiaoping touched his chin and felt that the materials in this treasure vault seemed to be very precious. With a wave of his hand, he immediately activated the infernal golden crow's flames and burned the entire treasure vault. Whoosh! In an instant, the entire treasure vault was melted and turned into metal whitey, forming a metal river. Then Xiaoping took the entire metal river away. All that was left of the treasure vault was an empty shell, or rather, a hollowed-out cave. Not a single treasure was left behind. At this time, Xiaoping's unscrupulous behavior completely alarmed the entire pirate planet and attracted the attention of the 40 Pirate Alliance. Countless elders gathered from all directions of the planet. Bastard, how dare you kill the people of the Black Fox Pirates, rob us of our slaves, and even plunder our treasure vault. You're desecrating the dignity of the Pirate Alliance. You're seeking your own death. A Black Fox pirate leader elder flew out and shouted angrily. His voice spread throughout the entire planet. All the pirates could hear the elder's anger. It was estimated that he even had the intention to exterminate the entire clan of that little thief. All pirates, listen up. Hide in your houses immediately and don't move. I will immediately activate the pirate planet's restrictive formation and lock on strong enemies. If anyone dares to act rashly, kill them. Chapter 21:17. Dang dang. Dang dang. In an instant, the entire pirate planet rang with alarms. It seemed that a peerless spirit artifact-level bell was ringing on a tower that ran through the pirate planet. Free serialization. This was a warning bell that would only be activated at extremely critical moments. However, this warning bell had never been rung since it appeared on the pirate planet. This was the first time it was rung, which shocked all the pirates. Buzz, with the ringing of this warning bell, the entire planet shook. Huge restrictive arrays emerged from the void one after another, covering the entire planet and appearing in every corner of the planet. Above the sky, silver clouds were rolling and condensing into a substance, like a silver river flowing turbulently. It seemed to run through the void and communicate with countless dimensional spaces. On the planet, one city after another activated the restrictive arrays. They echoed with each other and connected together, blooming with endless silver light, filling every city with silver light. Every corner of the planet was emitting a chill that was as cold as the dark clouds. It was as if the entire planet had been frozen. The pirates on the pirate planet were horrified, because they sensed that the entire planet was penetrated by countless silver lights. The world's essence was solidified, and their bodies were bound by a mysterious force, unable to move. Under the restraint of such a restrictive array, everyone was a prisoner. They actually reacted so quickly. Their bodies emitted a tyrannical aura that shook the void. Xiaoping had already plundered the treasure planet to tremble and tremble continuously. He also sensed the omnipresent binding force coming from the depths of the void. You dared to come to the pirate star to make trouble, trying to control him. To the headquarters of the Black Fox binding force was useless against him. Who gave you such a dog's courage? He could shatter it into pieces. A pirate elder shouted angrily. However, as the center of pirates, the restrictive array on this planet was indeed powerful, and it was known as the safest place for pirates. But any other Thunder Retribution realm powerhouse by this damn fanatic today. It would be like imagine how furious he was right now. Once they even had the intention, they would immediately be bound by the restrictive array. Wait, unable to move. What about the treasure house of the Black Fox pirates? He also sensed that the entire pirate planet, where did they go, seemed to have been refined. An elder of the powerful magic weapon by the Pirate Alliance. He found that the treasure house corner of the planet had a restrictive array for many years that was constantly operating. And spent a lot of effort. It was like a war fortress into thin containing tyrannical power. He couldn't believe his eyes, almost reaching the power of a low-grade sacred artifact. The treasures inside. It was unknown how much effort and resources these pirates had spent on this planet. This treasure vault is made of copper and iron. Just then, even a dense crowd of people appeared where Xiaoping wouldn't be able to break through it. There were at least 300 of them. What right do you have to move it away? They were all elders of the 40 Treasure Bandit Alliance. What about the walls of the treasure vault? The lightning tribulation realm. Where did its outer shell go? Many of the elders were even at the shelter of the lightning tribulation realm. Another Black Fox pirate captain shouted. Of course it was also moved away. This wall is a good thing. It's made of very precious or materials. Wouldn't it be a pity to leave it here? Xiaoping said matter-of-factly. It's a pity, you little thief. This is an unparalleled treasure that my Black Fox pirates worked hard to accumulate for many years. It's a lifetime savings. Now you want to move it all away with just a word. You don't even want to leave a strand of hair behind. Are you still human? With a puff, the Black Fox pirate leader was so angry that he vomited blood on the spot and almost fainted. He couldn't accept such a cruel fact. Why bother? As the saying goes, small wealth doesn't scatter, big wealth doesn't come. Anyway, if you leave the treasures in this place, it will cost you money. It's better for me to take advantage of it. And these are all ill-gotten gains. They were all robbed by you. If you can rob them, why can't I rob them? Xiaoping said righteously. Shut up, J-Man. Robbing our things and you're still in the right? Do you have any shame? J-Man, this bastard is even more abominable than Tao Tai. Even a thief wouldn't be like him when he enters the house. My Black Fox pirates, and he are absolutely irreconcilable. Take out all the treasures immediately. Otherwise, we will tear you into pieces today. Robbing the treasures of my Black Fox pirates. You want to do this? If I let you leave alive today, I will commit suicide on the spot and not be a pirate in this life. Kill him, peel off his tendons. Many of the Black Fox pirate leaders were furious. They didn't know how much effort and resources they had spent to obtain the treasures, but now they were all taken away by a brat. All their life savings were gone. Who could bear such a blow? Rumble. In an instant, a group of Black Fox pirate leaders couldn't stand it anymore and immediately attacked Xiaoping together. Hundreds and thousands of magical powers and spells bombarded down, containing the momentum of destroying heaven and earth. It is enough to blow up a planet and leave no bones behind. One can imagine their anger at the moment. Looks like you've all fallen into evil and refuse to repent. Even if you're alive, you'll still bring disaster to the world. If you don't enter hell, who will? I'll be kind and send you on your way. Xia Ping sighed, pinched an orchid in his hand and slapped it. Buddhist divine ability, the merciful palm of mercy. Suddenly, a huge golden palm print appeared in the depths of the void. On its surface were dense Buddhist scriptures, and in the center of the palm appeared a Buddhist sutra. D symbol appeared in the middle of the palm, emitting infinite golden light. Although it is a Buddhist magical power, this palm contains the aura of annihilation. It seems to open the way to the H-spring. With just one palm, all the magical powers and spells that came into contact with this golden palm print instantly turned into powder and shattered. Dong! A group of Black Fox pirate leaders didn't know what was going on. Their tanks came into contact with the golden light and were hit by Golden Say's palm print. Their entire tanks were broken and torn apart. They couldn't even scream. Chapter 2118. Retreat, retreat immediately. We can't fight him head-on. Omega Delta Omega. Seeing that all the elders of the Black Fox pirates were dead, the other pirate elders were scared to death. Their faces turned green, and they fled in all directions, wishing that their parents could give them more legs. They knew how powerful these Black Fox pirate elders were. All of them were Thunder Retribution Realm cultivators with tyrannical combat power. No less than any of them. But now, they were slapped to death by this ferocious person in front of them. It was too terrifying. If they were dealt with, they would follow in the footsteps of these Black Fox pirate elders. They were here to annihilate the murderers, not to die. This guy is too strong. We are no match for him in a one-on-one fight. It doesn't matter. In the pirate planet's restriction formation, we are 10 times stronger than before. It's useless. This kid is simply a monster. There's no need to fight him. Otherwise, he would definitely be able to drag 10 people down with him before he dies. There's no need to fight him. Immediately activate the heaven system and completely destroy him. That's right. Annihilate him with the strongest power. There's no need to be polite with him. There's no need for a fair fight. Seconded, seconded. Many pirate elders shouted and they all agreed. At the same time, they activated the authority of the heaven system. Rumble. In an instant the whole planet shook. Thousands of lasers emerged and interweaved with each other to form a large one, covering the entire pirate star field. In this star field, 30,000 planets vibrated at the same time. As long as the energy source was not exhausted, activated their energy. The system's pursuit of the enemy war system was running. It could be said that this was simply the most powerful battle system that specialized in killing mortals. Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. Xia Ping also remembered that he had bought a heaven system before. It
He
was
stood
worth
with his
5
hands
billion
behind
universe
his back
dollars,
and looked
it was
at the
extremely
group of pirate
powerful
elders faintly
and could kill experts
dong, dong,
under
dong.
the Thunder
At this
Retribution
moment,
realm.
countless
It was
laser
always
beams
successful
blasted
in
over
dealing
at the
with
same
mortals.
time.
He
Used
easily
the
pierced
heaven
system
Xiaoping's
to
armor
protect the
in
humans
an instant.
in the cloud realm.
His armor looked
However,
like a beehive.
he did not
with
expect
countless
to
holes
encounter the
appearing.
heaven system
Haha,
when he
damn
came to
thief,
this
you're
pirate
finally
star
dead.
field.
This is
And
the
was
fate
even
of
used
those
by
who
the
offend our
pirates to
40
deal with
pirate
him.
alliance.
Unfortunately,
Everyone must
he was
die.
now different from the past.
Seeing this situation,
a mere heaven
a pirate
system
elder
could not do
immediately
anything
shouted
to him.
with joy and
Go to
excitement.
hell.
No,
Many
he's
pirate
not
elders
dead.
snarled,
My God,
and activated
what kind
the
of
heaven
monster is
system at
this?
the same time.
But before the
Xiao,
other
xiao,
party
xiao.
could be happy,
In the blink of
a
an
pirate
eye,
elder's
a
face
huge
turned
laser
ugly,
network
and his
appeared
armor
in the
trembled.
depths of the void.
It seemed that he
One
couldn't
after
believe
another,
what he saw.
azure laser
Everyone
beams
looked
blasted
over,
down,
and their
aiming
pupils
at
shrank.
Xiaoping.
They
There
saw that
seemed to
although
be
there were
nowhere for him
countless
to
holes on
escape.
Xiaoping's body,
Furthermore,
there was
every
no
laser
laser
beam
flowing out.
contained enough
The
power
other
to
party's
penetrate
entire
our armor,
planet
seemed
and
to
kill
have
a
turned
thunder
into molten
tribulation
lava.
realm expert.
Every hole was
Even
filled
if a
with a
thunder
large amount
tribulation
of
realm
molten
expert
lava.
was extremely
Even if
fast,
there were thousands of
it would be
holes,
useless no
this
matter where
person
the
couldn't
enemy
be hit
hit
at
when
all.
countless laser
Even in a
beams
breath's
shot
time,
down.
this hole disappeared, and Xiaoping's armor returned to its original state. It was as if nothing had happened just now, and these forces couldn't cause any harm to him. Impossible. How can there be such a degree of recovery? Is this the legendary immortal body that only saints can have? Is this the immortal body that can be reborn? A pirate elder couldn't help but scream in disbelief. He had never seen such a human. His armor was like a beehive, but he could still recover in a breath's time. If this wasn't a monster, then what was? If he had such an immortal body, how could they defeat him? Even if they used Star Destroyer, they wouldn't be able to kill this monster, because he had an immortal body. I knew this guy wasn't an ordinary person. He's an immortal saint. Definitely an immortal saint. Otherwise, it's impossible for him to have such strength and armor. Damn, why did a saint come to our pirate star field? Why is he doing this? It's over, it's completely over. What kind of monster are we dealing with? Quickly ask the old ancestors to come out. Only they can deal with the immortal saint. No, the old ancestors have something important to do now, so they can't leave for the time being. Bastard! Why did he come when the old ancestors aren't here? Did he come at the right time to find trouble with our 40 pirate alliance? Run, quickly run. This is an immortal saint. How can we defeat him? Many of the pirate elders were in despair. After knowing that the opponent might be an immortal saint, they no longer had the desire to fight. How could they fight against an existence that even the system couldn't kill? To be honest, even if the monster in front of them stood still and let them kill him, they wouldn't be able to kill him. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As soon as the voice fell, the group of pirate elders immediately fled, running faster than anyone else. 7 Fiend Dragon Roar. How could Xiaoping let these pirates escape? He stood in place and operated the qigong in his armor, mobilizing the power of the ancient celestial dragon. He gathered the baleful energy of heaven and earth and let out a dragon roar. Roar! In the blink of an eye, with his body as the center, a terrible sound wave visible to the naked eye was produced, condensed into a substance, like a sea tide, spreading in all directions, affecting every pirate elder. Bang! Bang! These pirate elders hadn't run out of the distance when their bodies swelled up like balloons, and in an instant, they exploded into a ball of Japanese sauce. Each and every one of them let out a mournful scream that spread for miles. All the pirate elders died on the spot. Not a single one was left alive. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.